and we ain't never got a box again. Well, well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, you know the deal. We back again. Yo. A round of applause for Jersey's finest. A lot of content creators not worthy, but they minus. They get offended and start singing like the whiners. Talking like they tough, but it's only screaming and whining. My homie JusDueBoxing is the cat you don't come to. Your squad get run through. By the time you come to, you duck food. You suckers talk tough on the internet, revealing all your threats. Now we got you trapped in the net. JusDueBoxing be on this grind, y'all better hustle up. You deadlifted 90 pounds, we doing muscle ups. There's really no comparison. His voice sound like a derringer. Throwing a towel, it's just embarrassing. My dog Just very philosophical and psychological, and he mixed it all with good boxing news. These YouTubers feel like Bishop, I guess they got the juice, but it's lonely at the top to Just to feel like child abuse. Be respectful, he don't want to talk wild and loose. If you can't relate, you get dismissed like a mild dispute. These weird cats will tell lies that they hide the truth. Why beyond views? You lose your life when you collide with dude. It's JusDueBoxing. All you cowards quit jocking. Kirk is official with no other options. Yeah, yeah. You know the deal. Judah Ben, we in the spot. JusDueBoxing, yeah. And of course, shout out to Mrs. Do, holding the whole family down. Word 'em up, word 'em up.
What's good with the fam on this good Tuesday? We back to get boxing is just due. Y'all know how we do over here, man. If y'all catch this on the playback, y'all already know. Come join the family, sub to the channel, smash that like button, turn them notifications on. Come be part of the fam, man. Come join the conversation. Come build with the team, with the family. What's good with y'all on this good Tuesday, man? How y'all feeling in the building? You know, I'm feeling okay. Y'all do me a favor. Y'all punch out the like button, man, like it was your worst enemy, man. Sock him out on the way in, and we all good. Just sock him out. Sock him out one time, y'all. Let me say what's up to the people. Big Tex, my bro. What's good with it, man? How you feeling, bro? Ashley's Corner, what's good, cuzzo? How you feeling? Good to see you in the building. Judah Ben, my bro. Mr. H, salute family. Good to see you in the building, bro. Good to see you. Okay, I had to make sure you was rinsed up. Salute to you. I already know you solid as they come, Mr. H, man. Appreciate you, fam. Miss Joette, salute, Queen. How you feeling today? Jay Cooley, what's good with him, my bro? How you feeling? He said the bout of the juice. He said, with y'all don't care, snap. You was cheated. You're guilty to prove it innocent. Yeah, I feel you, Jay. I feel you ready for this good content. I appreciate that, fam. Opulent LDTV, what's good? Blessings, family. How you feeling? What's good with Dr. Mark? Flawless mentality. Dr. Mark, the OG. Much love and appreciation. Just sliding through all the time. Dante, our boxing talk. What's good with the fam? And with big homies, Core and K. Oh, yeah. Big homies. At work chilling, don't work too hard, cuz you know how that is. Judah Ben, my bro. Fellas, what's good, family? Black Diamond TV, how you feeling, Queen? Appreciate you stopping through. Juice, what it do, fam? How y'all feeling, man? Most importantly, I do ask that because it is important that people are feeling well. You know, I don't just ask that to be nice, you know, because I consider y'all the family. So I be, you know, I'm always hopeful that everybody's having a you know, a good day, man. You know, y'all in the mood to talk a little bit of boxing. And some of this stuff, you know, we discuss, but it's always another interview, article that comes out, an update. So that's what brought me back here to this Canelo situation. And you know, we all know what's in front of him, right? It's definitely Charlo, but it's never a bad thing to have the conversation around what's next, right? Even though we ain't get him and Charlo just yet, but I did think the article that came out speaking on, you know, Bomac, you know, this time, you know, we heard what Crawford was saying. Crawford had mixed feelings. He initially said, nah, ain't no way I'm going up to no 160 or 168 fighting no Canelo. He's like, they got weight classes for a reason. He said he's not one of the guys that is too proud to say that he can't beat. He don't think he can beat everybody in the world. Like he's not one of them. It was surprising to hear him say it, but at the same time, I think it was a real honest perspective and point of view. It was real. He was being honest. You get what I'm saying? And since then, we known that he kind of changed his tune a little bit. And, you know, he went from saying, like, I fight him at a catch weight to pretty much saying, look, I'll go all the way up to 68 and fight him. So when I was doing some reading today, I'm going to pull this article out. When I was doing some reading today, I seen that Bomac, you know, chimed in and he gave his thoughts on a fight between Crawford and Canelo. And, you know, simply put, you know, he said he'll have Crawford ready to fight Canelo at 168. But, you know, what I also noticed is what he said, you know, behind that. He said after, you know, they've watched some fights and you know, came up with a game plan for him. And I think that's an honest comment. Like that's being sincere, I believe. And I think the whole reason that this Canelo fight got some type of traction is because, you know, it'll be a big fight, you know, when people see you achieve greatness, they just want to see more greatness, right? And you know, make no mistake about it. You know, what Terence Crawford did beating Errol Spence was him showing his level of greatness, right? And I think for him to jump up, what would be two weight classes? What is 347, 54, 60? You got 3 more weight classes, man. For him to jump 3 more weight classes, bro, and fight anybody is crazy. You get what I'm saying? You gotta respect it. Thomas Hill, my bro, what's good with it, family? How you feeling, bro? Yes, man. Appreciate you, Black Diamond. Y'all make sure y'all sock the like button out. He is Chinny over this way, man. Salute to everybody in the building. There's no option. It's Just Do Boxing. You know that's the original, man. Edgar Chavez jersey is in the building. What's good, my bro? How you feeling? But yeah, so I thought that was it's always worth a discussion, man, because y'all know, like I like pure boxing conversations. Sometimes we forced to talk about the soap opera-ish kind of stuff, and we did that to a degree yesterday. Today, more so centered around more of the boxing, less of the soap operas, and more of the matchups. And like I said, you know, just exploring this matchup a bit deeper. You know, I think it makes sense for Bomac to you know, he could have been a trainer, the typical trainer, and gave the answer, yeah, we'll go up there and kick his ass, this, and that. But I thought the fact that he said, you know, they'll have to study some of his fights and come up with a game plan, and he'll be comfortable enough. He'll have Terence Crawford, you know, ready to beat him. And like I said, the matchup will always be intriguing because of the styles. You know, I know a lot of people make a big deal out of, you know, the weight and things like that. And I understand this weight classes for a reason, but if you just take a minute and you think about the style of Terence Crawford and a lot of the things that he do well, and you think about a Canelo Alvarez, and we understand the things that he do well, but we understand what his Achilles heel is. You get what I'm saying? A boxer is sharp, that can counter punch. You get what I'm saying? That can move, make you pay. You get what I'm saying? That's good defensively, responsible defensively, and things like that. So I think now I'm not going to say Crawford is Mayweather or nothing like that, but you see the similarities in terms of approach and just being a pure boxer, right? You know, Terence Crawford is one of them, but he's a pure boxer, I believe, in my honest opinion, that can fight. And I think he proved that. He's going to continue to prove it, right? So I think when you look at how they styles, you know, match up, I think it'll be a fun fight to watch. Now, look, they're saying it, right? If they're with it, I'm definitely with it. You get what I'm saying? If you're willing to go up to 68, like you said, and challenge this man for his titles, if he's to have the titles, if this fight is to happen, then look, you know, I'm all with it. I mean, you'll have my respect. You get what I'm saying? You got my respect already. I think anything else that he do from this point on in terms of like legacy is icing on the cake, is putting a ribbon on it. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not against good fights, and I get that, you know, initially for any of this to happen, you know, he has to beat Charlo. You get what I'm saying? From what I understand, it might be 2 fights, especially if Charlo is to win the first one. You get what I'm saying? So it's one of those you'll have to wait and see how everything shake out. But I'm never against looking a little bit ahead into the future. And again, it's something that's out there. It's something that they're just currently discussing. It's not like I'm just drawing it up out of nowhere. So again, if they with it, I'm with it. You get what I'm saying? I'd like to see the matchup. I'm not against it. The things that Terence Crawford can do well, make no mistake about it, he can create some fits for Canelo Alvarez, just being honest, being a sharpshooter, good puncher, being able to pick his shots well, high IQ. You get what I'm saying? You know, I think the biggest challenge would be handling the size and power of a Canelo Alvarez. I think that would be the biggest challenge, and the experience, of course, because fighting a guy with 60+ fights, you get what I'm saying? The dude closing in on what? You give him 65 fights. What, he got 63 fights? So, I mean, you know, fighting him come with a ton of experience, but we also know that that guy is younger but older than Terence Crawford, right? Because of the miles that he's put on his body. So although Terence Crawford is 36 and Canelo is what I believe 33, he's an older 33 in terms of boxing years, right? And they say in boxing years, you know, fighters age like dogs, right? So you just take that into account and factor in the fact that a guy is, you know, he's getting up there in age. You know, he's approaching his mid-30s. He's slowed down enough for people to see some slippage, right? He's not exactly the same exact Canelo Alvarez that he once was, but still, even with that being said, he's still very dangerous for anybody that he get in the ring with. And I don't think it's going to be a fight, you know, that he can participate in that he don't have a realistic chance of winning. And that's just, you know, a testament to what type of fighter he is. You get what I'm saying? My biggest gripe with Canelo has not been his skill level or his talent. It's been the opponent selection and the timing of things. But you know, the more I talk this boxing, I understand that every fight can't be a tough fight. I get that. You get what I'm saying? It sounds good in hindsight, fight tough fight after tough fight. And he's fought a number of guys, right? But he's also fought a number of guys that just simply put, we just didn't ask for and we didn't care to see. DEONTAY, all boxing talk. What's good with it, man? Man, I'm telling you, it'd be a good time for it, man. Be a damn good time for it. Grease, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Boxing matchups with D Free, my guy. What's good with it? Andrew Grace, salute, family. Sparky Pete, what's good with it? How y'all bros feeling? So again, man, I'm always for a good boxing match, a great boxing match, and this is always going to be one that I think is going to be discussed from this point on. As long as, you know, whatever Crawford is doing, he's winning. Canelo is winning. The fact that they you know, through this little pardon me, the fact that they released this information, pretty much letting the people know that they would be willing to do it. You know, boxing fans, us boxing fans, y'all said we with it. We want to see it. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, that's a big jump going from 47 to 68. You get what I'm saying? I mean, it'll be hard to deny his level of greatness if he's able to do something like that. Just thinking that. You get what I'm saying? You started at 35. You know what I mean? You was a top dog there. You got to 40. You know what I mean? You was undisputed there. Got to 47. You became undisputed there. You know, anything else, like I said, is icing on the cake. So he already got history on his side. So make no mistake about it, I would definitely tip my hat for a move like this. It'd be very risky. But again, at the end of the day, that's what you in it for. You know, big paydays come with big risk. And one thing we know about Terence Crawford is he said he's not trying to go backwards. He's trying to make big money fights. So he was very open and honest about what he want. He want that bag. So if a bag ain't, you know, a sizable bag ain't coming with the risk, he ain't taking it at 35, closing in on 36. And if you put yourself in his shoes, you can understand where you're coming from, right? At 36 years old, you can no longer just be fighting guys to prove it. Like he feel like he's proven himself. So he's out of that stage, and he's been out of that. Prove it. I got to prove it. I got to fight any and all comers. I just don't think that's the way his mind going, because realistically, he's not at that stage in his career. We being honest, you closing in, like I just said, on 36 years old. I don't think you need to be participating in fights just to prove something, right? That can't be the end all be all, not at his age. And I'm talking about from a career standpoint, a business standpoint. You're not just in it just to prove it no more, right? He felt like he's done that. And that's just me trying to put myself in his shoes. That don't mean give us garbage fights, but I think when we look at what we want versus what we're gonna actually get, it might be a bit different. Like a lot of people would love nothing more than to see him get in there with a guy like Jerron Bruce Ennis. The Zoom verse, my brody. Peace and blessings to you. How you feeling, bro? Salute to you, Aunt McQueen, my bro. What's good with it, fam? The other part of scheduling, some guys just have to fight whoever's available, and that's true. And I think that's what we might be running into with Tank Davis. I think you might just be having to fight who available. You get what I'm saying? At this point, Canelo recently claimed he's smaller than most 47-pound fighters. You get what I'm saying? Probably in height and things like that, but he's just a stocky kind of guy, right? You get what I'm saying? He's picked up that weight throughout the years. And remember, he started at 47, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I know he was down there. I don't know if it was I think it was 47, if I'm not mistaken, where he started at. Tim, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through. All love, man. Appreciate you, man. Y'all punch that like button. We just having us a good cook about, a couple things that I've seen that I just wanted to discuss with the fan boots. Just as dangerous fight as Canelo, so take money fight. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, Dante? Aisha, salute, Queen. How you feeling today? Appreciate you stopping through. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just, I'm right with people that want to see Boots fight him, and because we think Boots can challenge him, and we feel like he the other dangerous guy, like outside of EJ, obviously challenging Terence Crawford. We felt like for a lot of us felt like the only other guy that would come close to giving that guy the kind of challenge that would be worthy of our time and money is Jerron Bruce Ennis. But like I've said, man, Crawford has been very adamant about wanting a certain amount of money to be attached with that risk. You get what I'm saying? I don't think he's against taking risks, but I think he's against taking risks for money. You know what I'm saying? That don't line up with it. You get what I'm saying? I can't be mad at him for that. So, get what I'm saying? I feel like as long as you still giving people meaningful fights, you still moving like a champion, I can respect it. Sometimes it's just certain fights that's going to kind of skip you or, evade your career for one reason or another. There's just certain guys that you're not going to find yourself in a ring with for one reason or another. And like I said, it's deeper than him trying to duck or avoid quality opposition. I think if you still feeling like he's some type of duck or unwilling to challenge himself, I just think you're being a bit tough on him at this point. I can't tell you how to feel and look at it, but I think I can say honestly, I think people are being a bit tough on him if they thinking the reason he won't fight somebody is because he's scared. I think he proved that for fighting a bad man that Errol Spence was. You get what I'm saying? That's Errol Spence is. Let me say it that way. Mike, what's good with it, family? How you feeling, bro? Ant, what's good with it? Think it's a mistake for him to jump up 20 pounds all the way up to 168. He's way too small. I feel you. Look, man, it's a challenge, man, and challenges, and the biggest challenges lies a ton of greatness if you're able to pull it off. You get what I'm saying? Just the notion alone, him, suggesting that he could participate up there at 68, and not only at 68 with who is the undisputed champion right now, you tip your hat, for that thought process alone, and you just want to see if that's something that they truly gonna stand on. Like I said, Bomac said he'll have Crawford ready for Canelo at 168. But he said first things first, he'll need to study some of his fights and come up with a game plan for him. And I think that's fair to say. That's realistic. I like realistic responses to questions that, can be difficult depending on how you answer them. And I think that was an honest approach to it. You get what I'm saying? It would be easy for him to say, yeah, we'll just jump up there tomorrow and, beat his ass or whatever the case. But I think him taking the approach like, look, I'll have my guy ready. All I do is I need the time to be able to study this dude, study some fights, watch some film, come up with a game plan, and we be ready to go. And like I said, at this point, I really just don't have no reason to believe that, Bomac is not confident in the abilities of Terence Crawford. Like I definitely think he feels like he's the best fighter in the world. I think when he says that, he really means it. Like, we a lot of times we speak about how Derrick James is when it comes to Errol Spence and how how locked in they are as a team, I think the same could be said for Terence Crawford and Bomac. I think he has the absolute best trainer for himself, right? You know, Bomac, he knows how to get Terence Crawford to respond, simply put. So, you know, despite what people think of him, you know, being a guy that's a big guy out of shape, he still damn sure knows how to get the best and the most out of his fighter. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's what's important. And like I said before, you know, when Derrick James highlighted the fact that it's just him over there and he got like 3-4 guys helping him. Like when we listen to it, you hear it initially, you probably like, damn, you know, DJ doing all this by himself, he putting in that work. But then, you know, you kind of look at things a little bit different when a loss takes place, and a loss takes place on a big stage. You kind of not so much that you question the trainer and his capabilities. That's not the case, but you look a little bit deeper into that situation. If you're thinking like me and you like, damn, it's just you over there, but you got all these fighters, got all these personalities to deal with. That's a lot for anybody. Then you see, you know, Bomac probably don't have as many fighters. He got multiple fighters. It ain't just Crawford, but it's that we had those same big personalities. And even if he did, I think he's more equipped to with the team to help him and assist him with those guys. Lewis, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Jonathan, what's good, fam? How you feeling? I can hear Bomac right now in the Canelo press conference. Work time. Right, $30 million mistake, bud. We'll take that. You get what I'm saying? Kyle Sports, what's good with it, my bro? Bole, what's good, family? Say, man, get Benavidez and Morel. They shot. I listen. I'm with it. I'm never against that, Bole. I ain't never against Benavidez getting his shot, gaining weight. And that don't seem to be a problem. Nah, I don't. It's all good. Bro, I'm saying I don't have confidence that I can do it. I just feel for his health. It's a mistake jumping all the way up to 160 pounds. There's a 20-pound difference. I mean, yeah, I get you. But again, it's Roy Jones. I think when you speaking about what happened with Roy in terms of jumping, I think his issue was going too high up and then coming back down too much. You get what I'm saying? I think usually the thought process is typically when you go up, you stay up, right? So I think that's what Roy didn't do. He didn't stick to that. I think Roy just was so gifted athletically, like he defied odds for a long time until his athleticism took a hit, and then you seen how sticky it got for him, right? But I think the difference here with Crawford is he's not going up. I mean, of course, it would be a lot of weight, but again, man, I'm a real firm believer in skills paying the bills and skills winning fights. You get what I'm saying? I think, again, Roy's problem was not him going up in weight. It was just going that high up and then coming back down. I think that's asking a lot, and it's very dangerous. You're putting a lot on your body to even ask yourself to be able to do that. And when you seen him do that, go all the way up, come down, and he had him fights, you could see the hit that his athleticism took. You get what I'm saying? You could see it, and that was a big part of his success. Respectfully, like he was nothing, you know, so much technically sound about Roy Jones. He was unorthodox as they come, right? In terms of like the stuff he did in there, it wasn't stuff that he was being taught. It was just stuff that he was doing because he was damn good as such a hell of an athlete. You get what I'm saying? He was able to get away with doing a lot of things wrong in there, right? Some would say, right? And not doing it the right way. But I think that's why, you know, when he started, you know, when the athleticism took a hit, he started to really take those type of losses like that. But I think the difference is with Terence Crawford, you know, he hasn't went all the way up and then put himself in a situation where he's coming all the way back down, right? And that fluctuation kill him, man. Still on my I feel you, Greeks, man. I feel you, man. We all feel differently, man. And one thing I do, I let everybody have these opinions because I get it. You know what I'm saying? Ghost was good with it, bro. Maybe y'all be surprised, yeah. And again, one thing why I'm not, you know, so much worried about the weight, because we just seen how, like, you know, we thought he was going to be the smaller man on fight night, and he looked bigger than EJ on fight night. It was crazy. So I think Terence Crawford got a tricky frame, a weird frame, bro. And the man could, you know, as long as he acclimate and pick up that weight the right way, man, I think he'll be fine. You get what I'm saying? But the issue would be so much carrying the weight and performing at that weight. You get what I'm saying? I think those would be the biggest challenges, and dealing with the power of a guy that, which you can consider a natural 68 pounder that's been as high as 75. So it's definitely some challenge that lie in that fight. And it's a good conversation to have. It's a good fight, bro. It's a good fight. The other part with poor tendencies that Roy cultivated is that it's true. That is true. That's why I say, like, him being a trainer is tricky because a lot of people feel like naturally he's teaching guys to fight like him. And why I feel like that's a dangerous thing to do, because it's hard to teach a guy something that people wasn't teaching him, right? And a lot of the stuff, that Roy did athletically wasn't stuff that he was being taught. It was just him being in his bag and Roy being Roy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's hard to teach and train somebody to do stuff that you wasn't even taught to do. You get what I'm saying? It's a little different. You always need something from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. I'm back there, man. I feel you. I appreciate you, Cuzzo. Appreciate you. Nazim Richardson once said, and things slow down a bit. You want to see you really learn how to fight, right? In reference to Roy and B-Hop, true. And you see how technically sound B-Hop was and how smart he was and how he was able to adapt and have such a long career. Like, longevity was key for B-Hop. And I think the way he, took care of his body and, the way his approach to the game allowed him to be around a lot longer than what people expected. 190's ripped. He's huge. We saw him next to Spence. We saw Spence was too big. Crawford looked bigger, much larger. He looked bigger on fight night for sure, bro. It was crazy to see that. I was like, man, what the hell? Is he 147 pounds? He have to go back down to defend those titles. I don't think he'll do it, though, bro. I don't think he'll do it, Ant. Especially you go up that high. There ain't no way in hell you come back down to 147 to defend no titles. You get what I'm saying? You already conquered that mountain because you achieved you get what I'm saying? The ultimate goal was to become undisputed. So you've done that. So I think he'll be able to put that behind him, which is something that he's going to eventually do anyway. I don't think we'll see a undisputed title defense at 147 out of Crawford. I think what we've seen is what we've seen. We've seen an undisputed fight at 47. I don't think you'll see him fight at 47 again, because I think the only guy that's there that would make any type of sense is Bruce Ennis. And like I said, I don't know if that comes with the kind of bag that will get him in the ring. Now, that's true, Dante. Definitely a do good. I think so. Because of the fight alone, people didn't expect it. You know what I'm saying? Demetrius Andre being ducked. Monster too. Man, yeah, what's going on with that? They still ain't signed no contract, Ghost. What's the latest? You heard anything? I know Boo Boo, your guy. Kai Sports said, when is Canelo gonna get a fight? Is that actually fighting his division and shot at the titles? That's true, bro. That's true. I get it. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. That's why I say, man, like, it's one thing to talk about all these matchups, but is the whole thought. Just picture this. Imagine not only Jermell Charlo, but Terence Crawford getting a shot at undisputed at 168 and a shot at Canelo before David Benavidez. Just imagine how that looks. You get what I'm saying? Just the looks alone. We don't develop any powers. I let him start dissipating. Yeah, man. Yeah, and listen, and this the hurt business, right? So, the sole objective is to outpoint and hurt your guy. And if you find yourself in a weight class where you're unable to not only hurt guys, but not able to gain the respect of the opponent either, you'll be in trouble. That's just any fighter, right? I think, in boxing, I don't think you need to be a puncher to be successful, right? I don't think you need to be this one-hitter quitter, right? Obviously, right? But I definitely think it's very key, very important to be able to gain the respect of the guy that you're in there with. I was speaking on that a little bit yesterday. Like, you last thing you want is a guy that is on the other side of you in the ring that has no respect for what you're doing in there. Like, you gotta have some power. Losing the first 2 rounds, and after that, he styles on Frank. I feel you think Frank could start fast a little bit, give surprise core a little bit out the gate. I get you, but I think the reason why it's hard to win those type of rounds like that against him because of his ability to control distance and range and know where you're going to be at. You get what I'm saying? I think he'd be like a step or two ahead of the competition, respectfully. And I think, like I said, that distance and range control is crazy. And I don't know, man. It's hard to get the back-to-back rounds on that dude, man. It really is. Like, he really know how to control the pace of a fight too, man. Very smart in there. Very smart. But I get you, man. I just think that fight is going to be competitive for sure. But I think, the guy that comes out on top could make it convincing. You know what I mean? Demetrius chopped the hair. Team Benavidez with Ghost. I guess he must remember what happened to Willie. I like that Jamel said he faced Benavidez or Plant. Yeah, people get mad at that. That sounds like, like that. Those are other potential good matchups. Like, who would have ever thought that you even could possibly see a Jamel Charlo in the division where Benavidez is at? You get what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. And signed the delay on Benavidez part. Demetri say yes to everything. Yeah, man, I want to see what's up with that Ghost because we on it. Nah, they told us that's the fight, man. So that's what I want to see. That's man, I don't think Martin versus Stevenson is realistic. I think the more realistic fight, Navarrete versus Stevenson. Why wouldn't it be realistic? That's the fight that's about to go to purse bid, bro. Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin really about to go to purse bid. Navarrete is at 130, so you get what I'm saying? I doubt if he'll jump just straight up to 135 and fight Shakur. You get what I'm saying? I don't think so. Salute to my guy, Tim, man. I always ask this question, why do you think Valdez didn't adjust to all those sleeping wide hooks throughout the fight with Navarrete? Because he wasn't prepared for him. Navarrete throw punches on weird angles, and he punch in combination. If you notice, if you remember from the fight with Oscar Valdez and Navarrete, the first combination that Navarrete threw looked like it troubled Valdez. It connected. It landed, right? And I knew right from that point he was going to have a tough night. I was like, oh, man. I could see how this fight gonna go. And I was just thinking that Oscar Valdez will be smart enough to try to time him in between some of those shots. But I think he fought the wrong kind of fight. And I think he just has the wrong kind of Navarrete is just stylistically always gonna give him hell. You get what I'm saying? I think the only way Oscar Valdez beats a guy like Navarrete is catch him, stop him, and knock him out. There's no scenario where he outboxes Emmanuel Navarrete because Oscar Valdez is just simply not busy enough to beat him on the cards. You get what I'm saying? You can't beat a guy if you're not throwing enough punches, especially a guy with a high volume punch output. You get what I'm saying? And he's accurate with the punches. You get what I'm saying? Good gas tank, things like that. And I believe Navarrete had a much better game plan than Oscar Valdez. Like Shakur not going to mash the guys early. Because, Frank got power. Yeah, he's going to be smart. He's going to start the fight out smart. But I think his ability to slow down the pace again, control the pace of a fight with distance and range control is very key. It's very important. And if you remember in Frank's last fight, he was missing a lot early because he was reaching and overextending a little bit. So you get what I'm saying? It all depends on his approach, but it's very hard to win a round, let alone back-to-back rounds on Shakur. You get what I'm saying? But make no mistake about it. I see that fight being able to be competitive all the way through. But I see a guy, like I was saying yesterday, it's a coach that feels like, that was explaining, not that he feels like, based on his experience and he got a ton of experience with all types of professionals. You feel like it take 10 years for a boxer to start getting their stuff together, right? And really, sharpening up and being that, getting their shit right, to start working on their way to being great. You get what I'm saying? That's 10 years. And think about that. Frank Martin is exactly around that 10-year mark. He's picked it up at 18, 28 now. You get what I'm saying? You got Shakur that been boxing since he was 5. He's 26 now, and I believe that's 21 years as opposed to 10. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's going to be the difference. The experience. You get what I'm saying? Shakur is accomplished for a guy with 20 fights. Think about it. He's very accomplished for a guy with 20 fights. If he's to win this fight against Frank Martin in just 21 fights, he'll be a three division former unified champion. You get what I'm saying? It ain't undisputed, but you understand what I'm saying? Being a champion in every weight class that you participated in so far makes you a damn good fighter, and it puts you in a position to start to be able to carve a path out for yourself of greatness. And I think that's what Shakur on his way of doing. You get what I'm saying? And Coach be on the Charlo's helmets. Because I think Shakur's going to use the jab wisely and capitalize on Frank's mistakes. Shakur going to only do what works until Frank's making mistakes, right? He going to wait him out. He going to force him to make mistakes, or he's just going to naturally take advantage of the mistakes that he do make. Frank being on the front foot, I do see him having good feet, good defense. So, listen, it will be tricky early, maybe competitive. You know what I mean? It will be some things for both fighters to figure out. But I think ultimately once that fight, I always say this, get past that first 3 to 4 rounds, you get what I'm saying? Then you're going to start to see who really going to take over. You get what I'm saying? King 47 was good. Canelo gonna say Bud too small. Meanwhile, we'll try to challenge Usyk and try to land a body shot on him, maybe Macabre, because Canelo only one who dared to be great. Right. He did say something about he wouldn't get no credit because some people would say he's too small or something like that. But listen, you'll get credit for it. At the end of the day, you came from a smaller weight class too. Like, people get credit for their wins. I think sometimes that's just be a built-in excuse not to challenge yourself. Try to put it on the fans, like, we're not gonna give you beat Terence Crawford. You're gonna get credit for me. I ain't making it all about no weight. Felt him his power and lost what made him good. Yeah, he was more active, Ghost. He was more active to me. Seemed like Eddie Reynoso tweaked something that didn't need to be tweaked than Oscar Valdez to me. He's at T program, the smartest fighters on here, more than ready for what Frank is going to bring. I agree. I think so too. Awkward, but what scares me with this fight. Gas tank, yeah. DK was good with it, bro. Has Oscar Valdez looked good since he got caught? No, absolutely not. DK, to be honest with you, no. Kirk Douglas was good, family. How you feeling? Ramirez was Navarrete manager, Navarrete elected to sit out for a year and move up instead of taking that fight. Wow, yeah, he had a couple opportunities. Navarrete did. He took lesser opposition. From what I understand, got course on something we haven't seen from him. Yeah, man, it's very possible, Joe, because he has an opponent in front of him that could potentially pull that out of him, right? I think that's what you want to see. And I also think Shakur's feud. I think he got like a chip on his shoulder. The way he talked, he got a chip on his shoulder, and I like the fact that he rededicated himself to the sport, found a love for it before taking the loss. And I think moving forward, you're gonna truly see win, lose, or draw. I always say this just to be fair about any fighter going into any fight. Then you're gonna see a very locked in, smart, disciplined young fighter that truly want to be great. And that's all we need out of each of our fighters that we rock with in boxing, period. You know what I'm saying? Issues for Demetrius overstated. His punch I put near the rear is actually more than the first. Many times he just like to have fun and sing and dance. Yo, he really was singing in his last fight. Goes as wild. Behind the Hands TV, my bro Mo. What's good with it, family? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you stopping through. What's good with it? Oscar Valdez. 1-3 since he got popped. Yeah, man, he ain't looking like the guy. See, he got like Manny Pacquiao against the no Ghost, man. Cause I mean, listen, man, I'll just say this. I was Arthur Benavidez versus Usyk next. You are Ghost. You want to see a knockout. I already know where you're going with that. But I'll say this, man. Although Manny Pacquiao was special, right, in his own regard, salute to him, salute to the Filipino community, the Philippines, all that good stuff. He defied odds. It's not too many people that you can see it. What is he about 10 height, 5'6"? You get what I'm saying? That's just unusual. I'll say that. To see a guy come from that small, you gotta think he suffered knockout losses, all types of stuff, like getting body shot, knocked out early, and then all of a sudden you invincible, and then boom, it's time for you to fight Floyd, and then you say, you scared of needles. I mean, it's just that's how I feel about that. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you're not gonna see nobody really defy no odds like that. Like, for instance, Monster Inoue is kind of built the same way, but you'll never see him nowhere near a 54. You know what I'm saying? And I think about it, that's where Manny Pacquiao was at. Think about it. He beat up guys like Margarito and Oscar De La Hoya. Like, look how much size these dudes had over this man, and he just went in there and beat these dudes from pillar to post, man. Demetrius. Yeah, Demetrius could switch it. Boo Boo could switch it. He still lose to Dev 12 zip. In your dreams, if Frank Martin can keep Shakur on his toes and be unpredictable, he can beat Shakur. I just feel like he got to be smarter than he's been in any fight that he's participated in thus far. And when I was speaking about that 10 years, my bro was the one, we was having a conversation about how long it take you to get right in the sport of boxing. And it's like Frank Martin is right there at that point, right? At that 10-year mark. But then you got a guy, Shakur, that been boxing since he was about 5. You know what I mean? Respect to him dropping out, you know what I mean, at school to take care of his family, try to be that guy, to participate and pursue boxing. It's just different, man. The hunger for that dude, the hunger in that dude is different, man. I'm telling you. And I know Frank Martin is every bit as hungry, right? But I just think it's going to be different come fight night. Has to be better than Derrick ever been. He Shakur on that night, either that or execute the punches chance. He has y'all. It's true indeed, Mo. True indeed, my bro. Shakur ready to dance. Absolutely. He can't wait. LaMarcus, what's good, family? How you feeling? Scared of the needles with tattoos all over his body. That just blew me, cuz. And I'm like, And then, you know, the last great fight you had was beating Keith Thurman. And I was hearing things like you revisited the Fountain of Youth for that fight. And, you know, Keith Thurman with he don't got to take no tests. I don't care if he is on step. That to me, just that whole situation was foolish by Keith Thurman to move in the manner that he moved. Like you didn't get yourself to where you got to being stupid. And I feel like that was a very foolish move to insinuate that, to suggest that you don't need any testing for this fight. You don't care if he was on steroid. Like, that was stupid to say. And I think you should have had, you know, drug testing for the fight, just for the help, you know, just to cross your T's and dot your I's. All the game reveals respect with David just doesn't walk him down. Yeah, I do to an extent. And why I say that, because I mean, I haven't seen anybody do it just thus far, so I have a reason to believe that Demetrius Andrade would, you know, his unorthodox or awkward, however you want to phrase it, his approach to boxing. You know what I mean? Being able to throw punches on different angles and change levels, different stuff like that. I think he, you know, he can catch you with punches you don't necessarily see. I think he can gain the respect of Benavidez, but that's going to be very important, because for a guy like Benavidez that throw a ton of punches with a gas tank, don't respect you, then he going to walk through you. You know what I mean? He going to make the fight very difficult for you. You get what I'm saying? So you definitely want to be able to get the respect of David Benavidez, man. That's, you know, that's a big part of the battle. You get what I'm saying? Getting your opponent to respect you and have him second guess some things that you got coming back. You get what I'm saying? You don't want a guy just in there walking through you. You know what I mean? It's just not a good look. See in the title, I talked to Frank Sanchez earlier. We don't beat on kids. That's funny, Ghost. That's funny, bro. Oscar need to join Snack. People are asking a lot from Frank order to beat Shakur. I think about that. Frank is not going to beat Shakur. I feel like a lot got to go right. I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to be very competitive. I think Frank will have moments. I think you'll see Shakur take some shots in that fight. I think you'll, you know, see him be pushed and tested and all those other good things, right? But I think ultimately pedigree, temperament, experience, hunger, you get what I'm saying? Just naturally being a potential generational talent, but I believe is God-given ability, man. I think we're looking at a generational talent potentially. You get what I'm saying? And when I look at Shakur, I see special. When I look at Frank Martin, respectfully, I see very good. You get what I'm saying? That's no slight or nothing to him. I see very good with him, and I think I see special with Shakur. I think that's the separation right there, right? You get what I'm saying? And that don't mean that Frank Martin can't beat you on a good night. You get what I'm saying? He has an opportunity to be anybody get in the ring with, because he can handle himself in the ring, right? It's not that much he can't do in there, right? But, you know, in a fight, it's all about being smarter than that guy, putting it all together. And, you know, experiences and pedigree matters. You get what I'm saying? And I just think that's what we're going to see show up in a fight like that. And much of Shakur fights, I think that's what you see. You get what I'm saying? When people be trying to understand what's the cause of the separation, it's pedigree and experience, bro. You know what I mean? God been doing this since he's down out the crib type, you know what I mean? So that sense of jit, as they call it. So, you know, man, I just think it's a little bit different. Keith Thurman did not win no championship belts by being stupid, right? Keith Thurman lost the championship. Yeah, talk to him, DK. Talk to him, bro. You know what I mean? You did not win those belts by being stupid. He damn sure lost by being stupid. Talk to him, bro. That is a fact, bro. Fact, man. Son of God, my bro was good what he said. Just salute, just do boxing, 5-star boxing talk. You already know, man. We on the job. Bro, what's good with it, Core? That's my bro right there. What's good with it, man? Manny Pacquiao said he even thought, oh, he has tattoos. He actually has a phobia of needles. Yeah, and the more he do that, and if that was recently, that's crazy. Or you said you recently read it, so I don't know how new or old it was, but the more he tries to pack on with that story, phobia, needles, there's no guy gonna have a phobia and have multiple tattoos. Like those two things just don't go together. You're not gonna put yourself through that type of, you know what I mean, trauma unnecessarily. Truly have a phobia of something. You get what I'm saying? I don't buy it, not even a little bit. But his body ain't built for Andre style. Andre has too many styles, too many knowledge in sport. I'll say this, Ghost, like a lot of what people feel like is going to be the success of Benavidez, in my opinion, is going to have to be built off of two factors and two things working in his favor and working against Andre, and that's father time and inactivity. You get what I'm saying? Things like that. People are just expecting to be able to, tire, Andre down and stop him late. So that a lot of the success that people are banking on for Benavidez is based on them feeling like, Andre is going to get tired. He's not a big 68-pounder size. You know what I'm saying? Gas tank, things like that, potentially power. So those are some deciding factors as to why people feel like, you get what I'm saying, that he might, he might take this L. But again, man, this dude, if it don't play out that way, people might be in trouble. Because in terms of their pick, because again, we seen what Caleb Plant and Demetrius Andre look like, we seen that. I mean, Caleb Plant and Benavidez look like, and while he still had gas in his tank, the first 6 rounds wasn't playing out 50-50. Caleb Plant really was, you get what I'm saying? If he would have replicated if he'd had the same amount of success in the second half of the fight as he did in the first half, he wins this fight, unanimous decision. You get what I'm saying? So I also seen some areas where Benavidez is definitely deficient at, where he is not the best. And I seen him get very frustrated as well, bro. You get what I'm saying? I seen him get frustrated in there. And good thing for him, he kept his head. He got a little frustrated, but he kept his head and he stayed with it. And he kept, pressing. And what did he change? Once Caleb Plant got tired and he was clinching, he started to fight out of those clinches and not accept the clinches as much. You get what I'm saying? That's instead of looking for the ref to keep breaking you up. You fight out the clinch, man. You make the dude second guess clinching. You get what I'm saying? You don't accept the clinch. It's just that simple. You fight out of him. That's what Benavidez did as he wore down. Caleb Plant did down the stretch. We seen what happened. You get what I'm saying? Right, DK, definitely special, bro. He just is. Andre can fight 50-50 next. Andre, my guy, man. If Andre wasn't 35, I would bet on Benavidez. Andre is simply levels above all them dudes, man. I'm telling you, that's what it is. Salute to my bro, man. My actual blood, bro. Core. Appreciate that love, Brody, in the super chat, man. Dropping the 10-piece on me.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Much love to my bro, man. Appreciate you. Oh, can we get Shakur dressed as a Ghostbuster? Nah, I was thinking, Bole, get out of here, bro. Still in thoughts. Because he said, I ain't never been scared. I ain't never believed in no ghosts. So I say he got to do some Ghostbuster type stuff, man. He got to do some Ghostbuster. Ricky Williams, my bro. He said, Lil Voice, what's good with it, Rick? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you stopping through Select. It was better at what Benavidez did. How that end? Peace to my bro Rick, man. Salute to my guy Thomas as well, man. We just gonna keep on chopping it up and building on this good boxing. My father Tom and activity was specifically in the ring. Can David Benavidez take advantage of with Andre? It was something that KO, and salute to KO, knock out everybody, no KO. He was pointing out something, an issue that it seems like Andre could potentially have with his legs or his balance. He could feel like his legs might not be as under him the way they once was. You get what I'm saying? He might not have the same legs that he did a couple years ago. And I think that's something, it's like a real observation, right? We're not saying it's the end all be all, but I have seen those moments where, he's kind of falling all over the place and, falling over himself. And that can't be an issue against Benavidez. Gotta have your legs up under you. Got to be on point. You don't want to find yourself being out of position too many times because the dude is like an octopus at times. When he get the punching, throwing them punches, bro, he start to throw them on a lot of different angles. And you just don't want to be a guy that don't have your legs up under you and your balance and stuff ain't right. So that's just an opposite. That's one thing right there that you just don't need that being the case. And again, I seen him slow down in the back half of fights, but I never seen him gas to the point where he can't still fight and defend himself. But again, it's very important for you to you know, go in there with a full tank of gas and potentially a reserve against Benavidez because you're going to need it, right? You seen the difference, a big difference in the Caleb Plant fight was gas tanks, bro. You get what I'm saying? You can't, even though he won, I don't walk out of that fight feeling like the more skilled guy won. You get what I'm saying? The guy with the better conditioning won that fight. You get what I'm saying? And that's what happened there. You get what I'm saying? It was a damn good fight. Brother Bakari, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? He said Andre wins 116 to 112. I get that. Times I've been running all day, man. Rick, don't work too hard, bro. I know you got work to do, but go kick your feet up when you get a chance, man. You know what I mean? You know, and I know the heat probably blazing too. So go ahead, you know, kick your feet up, bro. You know what I mean? Let's be honest for a second. Who's a better boxer, Willie Nelson, David Benavidez? I feel you. Talk to him, Ghost. Talk to him. Father Time gonna be there. Andre gonna son him. Yeah, I think the older you get, you're like athleticism move most of your career. That's the first thing to go. And people criticize you for your power. What can you do? Right? It's Shakur's Proton Pack. I'm telling you, Bole, somebody gotta patch me in. I gotta tap in with my fellow Jersey native, man. Gotta let him know I got some ideas. We got some ideas, Bole. We got some ideas. We got some ideas for him, you know? We got some ideas for the young champion. You know what I'm saying? You go what I'm saying? Come out there. That's like a Ghostbuster Proton Pack on deck. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Are you a mascot? Stay put, man. I'm telling you, you can go far with this. Have fun with it, because that's what boxing is anyway, right? Entertaining people, come out on something different, man. I just want to know where they're going to have the fight at. That's what I want to know. And I spoke him up. Look how I talked up the good brother KO. What's good with the knockout? How you feeling, my bro? Appreciate you sliding through. Shakur about to eat the Frank on side of the ass whooping. I'm gonna always be honest, man. I just like the skill of both fighters. I'm glad that fight is actually coming down the pipe. It's the fights that we need. It's a great opportunity for Frank, who's 28 years old, that's itching for an opportunity. I know he ain't turning down no smoke. That's what's most important about this fight. We're going to get a good fight out of these two dudes. Whoever you're going with is whoever you're going with. I'm going to rock. I rock with both. I'm going to rock with them both, win, lose, or draw. Well, after this fight, you get what I'm saying? But I'm damn sure going to enjoy this. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to enjoy the hell out of this fight, though. What you say about me, man? All good things. I hope, man. You already know. I said, man, I gotta be in here capping, man. I hope him come through. He gonna put that cappery on me. Nah. Nah, I was telling him how you was, when we was talking about Andrade, and bro was asking one of the things, like, what besides inactivity and father time concerns me, like, you know, that David Benavidez could take advantage of. And I was telling him how you was breaking down, like how you pointed out, you observed that his legs and his balance be a little off at times, and he be, you know, kind of stumbling, tripping over the feet and falling all over the ground a little bit. And I'm just being honest, you know, I love Andre, but that's an honest observation and assessment. That's something I have seen be somewhat of an issue. Now, it hasn't been an issue, obviously, to the point where it's been detrimental to him in a fight, but it's been somewhat problematic where that can be a cause of concern against a younger, fresher, hungrier, stronger opponent. You get what I'm saying? Bigger guy, you know, and Benavidez, naturally 68-pounder. Some would say he belongs at 75 or cruiserweight, right? So I understand that can be an issue. One thing about I think you going in there against a Benavidez type fighter, you need, pardon me, not y'all, you need your legs, bro. You need your legs, because you already know what he coming to do. He coming to box your head off, or not box your head off. He coming to throw punches. He coming to fight. I ain't gonna say box your head off, but he coming to, you know, make it ugly for you. He coming behind a strong jab, shotgun type jab. You get what I'm saying? He throws some real hellacious, as they call it, body shots. Do great work to the body. Got good, very good conditioning, but you know, some would say he's stuck in quicksand. You get what I'm saying? He got slow feet. I seen him working on his defense a bit. You get what I'm saying? But I also see, you know, some of the same issues for the dude. He just doesn't. He's always going to struggle a bit with guys that can box and move. You get what I'm saying? And create lateral movement. You get what I'm saying? And be a moving target as opposed to a stationary target, right? I think that's when he'll have his, you know, his success comes from guys being in front of him. You just that can't be the case if you want to be successful against David Benavidez. You can't be right in front of the dude, because you he throw punches in bunches, 4, 5, 6 punch combinations, sometimes more. You just don't want to be a guy with bad legs, bad balance, and being stationary. You get what I'm saying? And being anything less of yourself in there, because he's young, hungry. You get what I'm saying? And although we all getting older, but he's still a young man, still a young fighter. And the more, right now he's just getting more seasoned, and he's potentially getting better. So just want to see, but I still think, movers give him issues. Guys that can box and move, that don't stand right in front of him, lateral movement, things like that. You get what I'm saying? But you need your gas tank, and you possibly might need a reserve. And I'll be honest, I'll say this too. I don't know how y'all seen the Caleb Plant fight for Benavidez, but I do think he got a bit tired in there in terms of having to go after Caleb Plant early. I think that first half of the fight was a little mentally taxing for him too, because he just couldn't get off the way he anticipated. And like I told y'all, I forgot what he did. Did he throw his hands up or bang his gloves together? He did something in the fight that let me know, hey, he's a little frustrated. I was like, he better not let that bleed too much into the fight and his performance and affect the way he's approaching this fight. He got to stick with it, and he did. And I think one of the tactics that he changed when Caleb was clinching him early, he was looking, waiting for the referee. He was pretty much accepting the clinch. After the second half, and once he noticed that Caleb Plant was slowing down, he stopped accepting the clinches so much. He was fighting out of him, and he really was putting, laying some damage on Caleb. You get what I'm saying? Pat Bell, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Appreciate you sliding through. What's good with it? Darius, what's good, family? How you feeling? He isn't a good body puncher. When he throws that right hook 5 times, they're in the middle with nothing to defend, loads it up. Andre gonna Floyd Gotti. I'm telling you, it's things that he could take advantage of. Not getting your head off the line properly. You get what I'm saying? Getting too greedy in there. He does have a tendency to be a bit greedy in there. But I think some of that is him understanding the opponent that he's in there with, because I don't think, unless y'all recall it, I don't recall him attempting no 5 straight hooks to Caleb Plant. You get what I'm saying? So I think when we see certain things like that, or them Street Fighter combinations that he learned, he known for landing, I think it's a certain level of opponent that he gets that type of stuff off against, right? And I think it's very important for Andre not to find himself with his back against the ropes in the corner of the ring. You get what I'm saying? He want to keep this fight in the center of the ring and try to box. You get what I'm saying? He want to box this man, box him, and fight him when necessary. But it's not going to be an easy task at all. It's not going to be an easy task. I don't think David has slow feet, but he's shown poor feet, showing he has a good habit of crossing his feet when it comes forward. And I think his feet are a bit slow, right? But I think he does make up for it because he covers a lot of space in that ring. You get what I'm saying? He does cover a lot of space in that ring. But you got to really make Benavidez respect you. And that's something like respecting Caleb Plant. That's something that he did, but to very mildly. You get what I'm saying? You got to stop this guy from just wanting to come forward. And I think for a large part of his career, for the most part, you haven't seen people be able to do that. You get what I'm saying? You got to really put something on this dude's mind. You can't just let him walk in there and do what he wants. You get what I'm saying? Be in boxing news. Salute, bro. How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through. See, Rick, talk to him, Rick. You got to hurt Benavidez, bro. All that just ticky-tack stuff. You can't just be in there to outpoint him. You gotta put some sting behind them punches, bro. You got to come in there to hurt this dude. You get what I'm saying? Punch you don't see coming, hurt you. The worst, uppercut. On the back foot, that boy gonna be on the ground looking around. Asking, you think so? You think Andre got the power to put him away at 68? You think so? Listen, I ain't doubting Andre, man. I've been seeing some of the training videos. That man out there, he putting in that work. He definitely putting in that work. Maybe he'll raise his level as well for this fight. You can get what I'm saying? Who knows? Maybe he'll raise his level. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I know Demetrius Andre is a damn good fighter, but I know, father time, inactivity, injuries, different things like that has plagued his career. And that's the most unfortunate thing about this fight is the fact that Andre got to be a guy that's 35 that had layoffs, inactivity, you get what I'm saying, injuries, a number of different things. And now he's fighting at a weight class where he's not natural at, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but You know what I mean? He don't look like the biggest 68-pounder out there. You get what I'm saying? Deep man, what's good with it, my bro? How you feeling? Appreciate you signing. Nah, he definitely wasn't. He definitely wasn't Ronald Gabriel. I always thought Boo Boo was better than Plant. So his gas tank gonna be the key. True. His gas tank is gonna be the key. But I tell y'all what, man. Caleb Plant didn't have gas tank issues. He didn't have gas tank issues, and I know that's a huge if. But if he didn't have gas tank issues and he was actually a puncher, man, I think it would allow people to see it allowed people to see just how good of a fighter, how a boxer Caleb Plant is. So that dude really can fight, man. Like, I don't know how people look at him as a fighter, because I know a lot of times when people look at you as a guy that got some obvious issues, such as a gas tank or punching, like they're all punching power, you got a tendency, people have a tendency to overlook the actual skill set of that fighter. Caleb Plant is a damn good fighter, yo. That dude really can fight, man. He really fights like a brother, like as people call it. You know what I'm saying? He fight like a brother. Dude really, he got a style in there, man. Caleb Plant be styling, man. He got skill. He's very athletic. He's smart. You get what I'm saying? I think his style just burns a lot of energy. And I think that's why it's very important for him to pace himself. But you get what I'm saying? I think that's why fighting Anthony Dirrell, you didn't see his gas tank be much of an issue because of the style of Anthony Dirrell. Anthony Dirrell, although he likes to pressure you, it's just not a constant in-your-face pressure the way David Benavidez puts that pressure on you. And you know, they say the physical pressure is mental pressure as well. So I think that's what helped deplete the gas tank of Caleb Plant. And I think he did exceptionally well in that first half of the fight too. So he burnt, you know, his style naturally just, I think, requires a lot out of you physically, right? You got to be on his toes. He's moving, you know, so much movement. I think, you know, when you're doing that, getting hit in the process to some degree, and you constantly throwing punches, you know, the back half of the fight is just not going to be kind to you. And I think that's where the struggling came in for Caleb Plant. And I think that's a potential area of concern for Andrade as well. I think the first half of the fight is going to be what it is, competitive. I think you're going to see Andrade in his own way emulate some of the things Caleb Plant did in their fight to be successful against Benavidez. But I just think you get what I'm saying? It's about keeping it up and putting it all together on the night. He got all the skills and talent necessary to come out with a win. It's just about strategy, game plan, application, and execution, bro. You got to go out there. You can have the best game plan in the world, but you got to be capable of executing the game plan. And that's just what it is with Benavidez and Andrade. Andrade, I feel you, Ghost. I see you, man. Listen, I'm ready for him to sign that contract too, man. Very, very sick boxer, but also an active boxer who would get beat up badly by Benavidez. My words, Benavidez #1 at 168. I feel that BN. I feel you, bro. Benavidez slowed down a lot against Plant. Imagine what happened when an elite mover who has the same defensive stats as Shakur comes in there and shows him a thing called foot positioning. I feel you. I want to see it. I can't wait to see it, Ghost. I can't wait to see it. I do know this is going to be a challenge for both of them. You get what I'm saying? It's going to be a challenge for both of them. He's going to have to deal with this come forward pressure style and relentlessness of a David Benavidez, a somewhat of an octopus. Dude throw a ton of punches. He do some very, very good body work that'll slow anybody down if he's able to land those shots, man. Because the dude really digs with some real good body shots. You know what I'm saying? But I do see what you're saying. You know, in doing so, sometimes he do leave the head exposed a bit. And those are just opportunities where when they present themselves, you know, Demetrius Andrade just got to simply take advantage of them. You get what I'm saying? He don't want to create the opportunities and not take advantage of them, right? If you make him miss, make him pay. You know what I mean? Give him something to think about. You're going to have to get his respect. And if you can't hurt him, at the very least, you got to get his respect. Like Rick said, you got to hurt this dude, but I think that's what you really got to put something on his mind and go for it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't be in there fighting scary. I liked Caleb Plant's approach to the fight. You get what I'm saying? I just hate the fact that we visibly seen him slowing down and we kind of knew what was gonna come out of that. You get what I'm saying? But the dude held on. He didn't get knocked out. I know a lot of people were saying he was gonna get stopped late and all that, and he came close. But the man, I don't even think he did. Did he even get knocked down in the fight? I don't even think he got knocked down. I think he came close, but he held on, man. Caleb Plant was fighting a damn good fight. So again, Andrade is a boxer as well that can move, that can box. You know, those punches on at weird angles. You know what I mean? Weird positions. Sometimes he can switch orthodox to southpaw, like you know, Ghost was alluding to. He can do that. He is capable of doing it. Let's see if he decides to do it in this fight. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting to see what his approach is going to be to deal with a guy that's young, hungry, get what I'm saying, great condition, and throws a lot of punches, man, with some good power. So it's going to be a fun fight. You know, going anything. We got 3 dudes screaming your name. Prime Andre would be Benavidez. The older version is a question mark. I feel you, because it's just some unknowns. Well, it's just some unknowns, and I think that's real. You know, like I said earlier, they say in the sport of boxing, fighters age like dogs in dog years. So, you know what I'm saying? He is 35, so he is up there. You know what I mean? He in the back half of his career, and you know, there are going to be some question marks there. But again, it's all about putting it together on a night, and we all know he's more than capable of you know, going out there and getting a win. But how is he going to look? And if he gasses, that's going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Justin Camps, stay on his feet right, D-man. See what I'm saying? I like to see people fight him on the inside at times. Benavidez isn't the most physical guy. Obviously, Kyron Davis pushed him around the inside. Yeah, Kyron Davis was being physical with him, man. He was. That is true. That is true. Just got to be, you know what I mean, smart while you doing it, because that dude be any given time, he could rip off some heavy body shots in there, bro, and you definitely just want to be on point for that. Gonna be his best friends, Canelo. Canelo slap while being on the decline. Yeah, I feel you. I feel that, Ghost. We're gonna see, man. I just hope he go ahead and he signed that contract. Because we definitely need that fight. But like I was saying, y'all, to wrap up this Crawford and Canelo thing, like I said, this is always going to be an entertaining fight if it could be made. The fact that Bo Mac is entertaining it makes it that much more interesting. When they get on the same page like that, it's usually typically a good thing, right? So it's good to see that the Bo Mac and Terence Crawford both entertaining a possibility of fighting Canelo. It'll be a fun fight to watch. Whether or not he'll actually jump up to 3 weight classes and fight him remains to be seen, but we'll just have to wait and see, right? But something else I wanted to talk about that I was moving on to, you know what I mean, that Ghost is talking about Frank Sanchez retired Big Baby, about Derrick the same contract. Salute to the Queen, Miss Joette, always supporting the grind. Much love and appreciation.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Appreciate the Queen. Much love and appreciation. So yeah, man, something else I was reading. You know, I don't know if y'all seen it. And I think he said it in the post fight. I didn't catch the post fight. Obviously, it was muted. But you know, Big Baby said he would like to fight Frank Sanchez. And one of the reasons for it being is he said a lot of times in his comments, he said people be mentioning Frank Sanchez. So he said he like Frank Sanchez, think he's a good fighter, and it'd be a dope fight. He said he ready for him. So he'll take Frank Sanchez next. He'll like to make that fight. But again, you know, a lot of times we know these fighters are ambitious, and we know they'll take fights, you know, with risks attached to them. But the big question is, you know, is his promoter ready to take that kind of challenge, right? Is his promoter ready to put him in there with somebody like a Frank Sanchez this early? Now, I'm a firm believer in allowing guys, you know, seeing guys fight that want to fight each other, right? Make no mistake about it. We all know the defensive deficiencies that Big Baby got. We know the issues that he got with the pulling straight out, pulling straight back, things like that. We get it, but you know, all fighters are flawed, right? And I will say this, you know, he did go some rounds in his last fight, right? I didn't think we seen him take a ton of shots, and I get it. The guy who was in there probably wasn't the craziest guy or whatever the case, but I think his last outing was a damn good one. I think he did some very, very, very good work to the body, man. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button for your bro if y'all haven't. You say off that Top Rank Dives promoter would never make it. Yeah, Bole, it's an interesting fight. Great heavyweight fight. You get what I'm saying? Al Booger, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Good to see you in the building. Said Big Baby not ready for Frank, in my opinion. I feel you. That's why we had these conversations. It's all good, man. I just definitely wanted to know what y'all think, because he want to fight. And as we know, he essentially got himself fast-tracked to a certain degree because he don't plan on sticking around long. So I think he want his opportunities as he can get them. And like I said, I think we all know this would be an interesting fight to watch. I can understand why people would say he's not ready. Frank Sanchez is a very skilled fighter. He's not the biggest of punchers, right? Big Baby would have the edge, I believe, in punching power. He is very athletic, right? The biggest issue we already know with Big Baby right off the bat is defensively, and we feel like that's such a big issue because we know in the heavyweight division, all it takes is one punch, and you got to be very mindful of who you allowing to catch you pulling straight back. Like, it's only so many times you're going to be able to get away with that before somebody take advantage of it, right? So I understand the hesitation people might have for them to make this fight. But look, when a guy calls for it, I'm with it. William Old School, my brother, was good with it. Pardon me if I missed you earlier, man. About Big Baby versus Big Baby, a fight for the name. I was saying that too a while ago. William Old School. I like to see them mix it up. Why not? A guy who works at McDonald's full time. I think Big Baby had a shot against Usyk. As crazy as that sounds, nah, he'll have a shot, bro. Because again, man, it is levels, and I get all of that, but I always feel like this, man. Everybody gets hit, so you get hit considerably, or you get hit enough, you got a chance to get, some things done to you. And Big Baby, though, like I said, his biggest issues, I think, is on the defensive end. He's a strong kid, man. He's a strong kid, power in both hands. And you seen the body work he was delivering fight night just the other weekend. So I don't know, man. It's a good matchup. We need some more. We need some sparks in the heavyweight division, bro. And everybody is already complaining about his level of opposition or lack thereof. So we might as well push for the best fights possible. Look, if you think you got a chance, I'll watch it. You know what I mean? Says in the contract. Yeah, man. But see, look, Ghost, it ain't like he disrespected him, right? You get what I'm saying? He say he like Frank Sanchez. He said he gave some context to it. He said, yo, they mention his name a lot in his comments. He was like, he's a good fighter. He like him. He'll like to fight him. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think it was like a disrespectful type call out. It's one of them like, yeah, I'll fight you, bro. You're a good fighter. It'll be a good fight. Let's fight. They've been looking for this move for 2 years. Everybody saying, yes, I feel you. I say Miller forfeited the Big Baby moniker with all them roids. Nah, I feel that. It's big farmer. Right, Booger, right. I want to flip Philippe Harkovich versus Big Baby. I got Philippe by KL. Look, I watched that one too. Cut Creator was good, family. This deal was a little better Saturday night. I thought so too, bro. I thought so. Again, for me, what I try to look for in fighters, especially young fighters that still coming up and obviously developing and trying to, polish up and sharpen up on their game, I look for subtle improvements from fight to fight. And I look at your last fight and I see like whatever your issues were, right? And I see if I see those same issues in the very next fight. That's how you know if a fighter really has problems in a certain area. You're going to see it come up in more than just one fight. You get what I'm saying? And we've seen them pulling straight back in more than one fight. We've seen it in several fights, right? But I think this one in particular, maybe it was the level of opposition or the style of the opponent, but I didn't see him do that nowhere nearly as much as what he's done it in the past, right? I think he was very sharp and, decisive in there. Like, he knew what he wanted to do, and he went in there and got his job done. Like, he wanted to go to this guy's body, break him down, take the air out of him, and that's exactly what he was doing. I like the way he went about his work, bro. He got a good arsenal of punches offensively. And like I said, I think he just needs to keep improving all around, obviously, but definitely from the defensive end. Like, you get what I'm saying? The less you get hit, the longer you last. Like Floyd showed us and taught us that, right? So obviously, especially in the heavyweight division, you don't want to be a guy that's easy to hit, easy to find in there, right? And I think it's important, especially for a young fighter. You got to take into consideration that this dude is a heavyweight, and he's 23 years old. He like big baby. He literally is that. Like, he's a big baby with a ton of talent and a lot of skill. You get what I'm saying? A tremendous upside if he stay disciplined, focused, locked in, and hungry, right? And we'll just see. But I think he got his mind made up. He don't want to do boxing forever. He don't want to be here for a long, long time. And I think that's part of the reason why he's, thinking about these bigger fights. You get what I'm saying? Because he don't want to be here forever. So let's see it as soon as possible. Let's see it. Job is improving. I don't like him, but he has come far considering he started boxing at like 25, 26. FA was having a damn good fight, wasn't he, Ghost? He was putting it on, buddy. That's why he was getting low blow to death. Looking for Gazy, especially this weekend. That's why I say, Bole, we need some meaningful fights, bro. Yeah, creative growth. You get what I'm saying? People want things I say about Derrick James, the Frank versus Shakur. If they talking about him now over EJ, you already know it. They're gonna go in. They're gonna go in again. Like I said, I talked about it a little bit yesterday. Terence Crawford said, Derrick James is a great trainer, but he feels like he did a bad job July 29th. And I thought that was interesting to say. I'm like, man, I mean, it's not really a diss, but again, I just don't think he did as bad a job as some people saying. I just don't think people are factoring in or taking into account that the trainer can do so much. He can give you the right instruction, but if you don't perform, then you don't perform. So he couldn't get in there and throw actual punches with Spence. He was telling them the right things to do. I think Spence just didn't have it on the night, so he was unable to perform. So you can try to blame that solely on the coach, but I think that would be a little irresponsible because he can't get in there and fight. You get what I'm saying? Roger was good with it. Luke versus Ron was going to be action-packed, but Luke gets stopped. Yeah, man, it's going to be tough, Roger. It's going to be tough for him. It's going to be a tough one. Salute to everybody in the building. Buddy's taking up for Bo Mac, double-edged spoon. Oh, man. I was doing anything DJ was telling him to do. Facts, Will. And that's why I say, man, you can't just make that broad of a statement without at least taking into account that the trainer was saying the right things. I can't say you didn't have a plan as plan B. You didn't know. They didn't get through with plan A. You get what I'm saying? Big button, something wrong with EJ, full of it. So, hey, man, boxing circles are small, cuzzo. So, if we hearing about stuff on the street, then, somebody from the inside definitely going to hear about it. D1, my guy, what's good with Mark Havers, the original switch hitter? You know why? Salute to him. Talk to him, D1. Really like this card, man. Yeah, it's shaping out nice, man. Shaping out nice. You talking about the September 30th card? Roger, shaping out pretty damn good. It is. It is. It damn sure is. For the sake of boxing, I'm playing the baddest man on the earth. Francis and Ghana, so he's very inside too. MR's known not do what James tells him to do. Yeah, that's true, cuzzo. He was just doing it in his last fight, and he was repeatedly not doing it. He repeatedly, and that's not a shot at Derrick James. That we see it. That's another example where we clearly was hearing him tell Frank Martin the right things, and we know Frank Martin wasn't responding. He said it himself in the fighter, the post-fight press conference. He talked about it. So yeah, that's a fact. We heard Derrick James giving the right instructions, but we didn't see the right things being done at all. Francis and Mike Tyson better not be smoking them. They filling out the undercard nicely. They absolutely are. We never did that in the ring before. Sometimes you can't teach your old dog new tricks. Sometimes that is the case, cut. That is. Mike Tyson better not be training Francis. Just says my laugh. We need that. You a fool, man. You a fool. You a fool. Sean Johnson, what's good with it, fam? You said what instructions? What you mean? What you mean? But yeah, man, you say what instructions are you talking about the fight? What instructions and which fight? Which fight you talking about? We talking about two different fights. I know Derrick James got criticized for both fights, really. You know what I mean? He got faced criticism for both Frank Martin and Errol Spence. And you definitely heard him. I don't know which fight you talking about, because in both fights he gave instructions. You know what I'm saying? Both fights he did. He definitely gave Frank Martin instructions too. You know what I mean? He was definitely, and you heard some of the stuff he was telling him to do. And you heard how he was responding to him, asking him, do you want to be cute or do you want to win? Something like that. I think that he was saying that to Frank Martin, if I'm not mistaken. And he definitely was telling him to do things that he wasn't doing, because Frank Martin is pretty much said so. Oh, you talking about Spence? Same thing with Spence. I think Spence was giving good instructions. He didn't execute. You get what I'm saying? There's no way that people could possibly make themselves believe that they went into a fight and in between rounds there was no instruction given. That would be very irresponsible of Derrick James. Now, people could disagree with the instructions given, but I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty damn sure that it was instruction being given in between rounds. Spence just didn't have it. I mean, I've been switching stances. Salute to Sean, man. Smash that like button, sub to the channel if you haven't, man. Salute to everybody in the building. Seems like Antonio Tarver wants to fade with Derrick James. And man, be talking like he low-key want to fight him. Yeah, DK, he was going in a little rough. He was landing on a little thick on DJ. Cena, Miss Skywalker. Salute, Queen. Appreciate you stopping through. How you feeling today? Seemed like Tarver hella better for some reason. hella better. It's because it's like Al Booger, when he was talking about it, he was he was saying how, they get these guys trainer of the year, and this and that. They didn't have no game plan, no plan B, no this, no that. And then he went on to say, and they won't even let me train these guys. They won't let me near. So it sounded like you took your frustrations out on guys not willing to allow you to train them, on guys that actually do train fighters that I think you would be interested in training. Errol Spence could be one of them. You get what I'm saying? Who knows? But he claims it sounded like in that instance, he felt like he could have did better with Errol Spence than Derrick James could have, the way he was talking. So this is what it is. He said, hey, they both from the New England area. Benavidez signs under contract. No word from Benavidez. Celestial Being, what's good with it, fam? Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, facts. Because he want a job. You heard him. You heard the way he was talking. I was like, bro, you just told on yourself. You pretty much tell you. You know how they be like, tell us why you're mad. He told us why he was mad. So Tarver, tell us why you're mad. Tarver, tell us why you're mad. Tarver definitely told us why we was mad. Like, you damn it, you won't let me come in here, and y'all won't let me train these fighters. You get what I'm saying? DJ, AT want to train these fighters, man. Said himself he wants to be a big trainer. Nobody wants to train with him, right? You get what I'm saying? Well, he told him this, so okay, like, do you got any excuses to that, Antonio? And knock him out. They rejected Tarver deposit. Facts, man. They ain't rocking. They ain't rocking with him, man. Chop, what's good? What's going on, bro? How you feeling? I'm like playing Andrade doesn't gas out. Yeah, man. I see him slow down, but like, I could say that. I get that. Gas out completely for sure. Earl once told Tarver to worry about his son. I think that was why he responded in that manner. That could be. It could be, Bole. Booger, man, he was pissed off. Chop, appreciate you, Brody. Tarver's son is at 54. Yeah, Tarver's son got some skill too. Got some talent. He could fight. Tarver's son got some hands on him. He could throw them things a little bit. But yeah, man, Tarver super critical, man, of Derrick James and Errol Spence. Almost sounded like he had a damn personal with him. You're like, damn, what Derrick James and EJ do to you, bro? He just went to going off. When I heard him saying, like, then they get these guys trainer of the year. I said, damn, what's wrong with trainer of the year, bro? Damn, that man can't get trainer of the year? Sheesh. Trainer of the year is for 6 rounds. 6 rounds of 6, Dave won. 6 rounds by a wider margin. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight again, to be honest. Plant. G, you asked me slap him. Yeah. Plant a brother, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. Plant a brother. Plant is a brother. For real. Nah, I got you. I knew you. I figured that D1 6 rounds. Shelton was happening with it. Did EJ activate the rematch? I don't know. I know I did. I heard about it briefly, but you know, I don't know because I wasn't seeing it around enough to really. I don't know how solid it was. Shelton, I heard somebody said he did accept it. Heard him say that the money and stuff was gonna be the same. So who knows? Like, I don't even know. I can punch that much we know for sure. Yeah, D1. Yeah, I don't think he ever been stopped, right? Or did he? I think he might have never been stopped. I'm not sure. Let me see. Am I tripping? Let me see. Let me see if you got Stizzop. Nah, yeah, you're right. He retired 31 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw, 22 wins by knockout, and he never been stopped. Yeah, never been stopped. His last fight was at the Prudential Center. Oh wow, that's crazy. August 14, 2015. The Magic Man. Yeah, man. Tarver definitely had a chin on him, bro. He never been stopped. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't going. But his son is 11-0 right now, with 7 knockouts. But he's 35 years old. So he might have to get a you know, a roll. You might have to get moving, man. He's 35 years old, 11-0, 7 knockouts. Yeah, Ghost, right? I hated that win, man. Didn't even know it's some fault. Yeah, Al Booger, he 35. He 35 years old. He 11-0 with 7 knockouts. So I better hate it in the boxer, and that's saying a lot. Right, Don? Right. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you pulling up. He said, see ya, KB. Yeah, I got you. I already know, D1. I know it. Argue with them Haney fans no more. The minute they start typing them out every time they bounce yesterday. It ran you off, man. I feel you. Yeah, man, they be tripping. I ain't gonna lie. They create stuff. Even when you play the audio for people, they'll still create other things. Like it's weird. That's where once I support I average 7 pounds and I have barrel skill gap too wide. I feel you, Shell. No, I'll say, you know, it definitely should be a better fight, right? A healthier. You get what I'm saying? For that reason. Well, you know, we're going to wait and see. But I did hear some whispers about it. But I'm going to try to reach out to somebody and ask if they heard anything about it as well. I have to see. Be interesting. Tarver was a hell of a fighter. I always respected Tarver. Jones 1 and 2, especially when he said, you got any excuses tonight, bro? Yeah, he was on one. Al Booger, he was on one. Sparked our guy out like that. You know what I mean? But Roy played around one too many times with that weight. 35. It took so long. Right. Yeah, he's 35 years old, 11-0, 7 knockouts, and he is at 154. Antonio Tarver Jr. So I guess he essentially learning on the job. I don't know how much of an amateur background he had, but so far so good. Putting in that twerk. Last time he fought was this year in January. January 21st. Got an 8th round KO. Okay, that was his first 10 rounder. Fought a guy that was 11-0-2 in his last fight. Okay. I don't know if he's of any substance, but he fought a guy, an undefeated guy in his last fight. Antonio Tarver Jr. So we'll see what he turned out to be. Yeah, right, D1. I feel he's talking about what Billy really meant when he said something. Yeah, can't change what that man said on camera. Yeah, nah, I don't know. Because what he said. And speaking on that real quick, just briefly, you know, I seen some people being mad about that video clip dropping and coming out and different things like that. And right on cue, everybody turned into some type of victim. And I'm just gonna say this, like, I get it, because I say I don't condone any conversations being recorded in private and leaked, right? But at just to put some context to things, when you yourself are a person that has been, you know, the facilitator of leaked sparring footage with Hector Luis Garcia, and then, you know, other guys leaking sparring footage, insinuating that another guy quit and sparring, like, you open the floodgates for that type of energy. You get what I'm saying? And people might not want to look at it that way. They're free to look at it differently, but that's how I see it. When you're leaking sparring footage, where's the integrity there? Get what I'm saying? Your dad passing out mugshots, where's the integrity and morality there? Where is it then? Why don't that shit apply to the stuff that they do? Get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Where's the clown behavior when round after round people tweeting about Tank fights and he continues to win and knock people out? Like, what's real about that? So it's a lot of like selective outrage, and people don't call everything out. If you want to call one thing out, call it all out. Like, if you're gonna call out, and again, what I hate the most, what I despise in boxing, again, if you want to be mad at somebody, don't put it all like you want to say, yeah, maybe he released it. And you did ask for it. He told you a couple times he had that. This ain't the first time he said it. Y'all kept picking and poking at the bear, and then you get what you asked for. You call his mom out of name. I know what he said to your father. I feel like amongst men, that's fair game. Men can handle men. Leave the women and children out of it. That's my personal take on it. So it's like I don't want to hear integrity and morality on one side of things. I want to hear it on all the way around the board. Don't just say it when it's something that is not in favor of a fighter that you heavily support. You get what I'm saying? Like that. What's good with it? Kello, my bro, what's good with he's supposed to be winding his career down at 35. Right. So it's like, if you want to call it out, call it all out. Like, you get what I'm saying? And put it on who posted it. You don't even know who posted it because he didn't say. You get what I'm saying? You don't know who recorded it because he didn't say. You get what I'm saying? It's out there now, but again, I want to hear morality, integrity. I want to hear those same words when mugshots is being passed, when people being called fat bitches and getting called out their names as well. So I want to, you know what I'm saying? Let's call it all out. Fair is fair, right? Real is real. Yeah, okay. Leak conversations is not cool, right? When you begging for it, you pretty much demanding it, and you get what you ask for. Don't feel salty now that it shows things in a much different light. And it's hard to try to explain your way out of that. Like, again, have that same energy when you're leaking sparring footage before a guy fights. Have that same energy when you're in somebody's DM when they're about to fight somebody, giving information play by play of what this person is doing. Remember that. Let's have some integrity and morality with all this stuff, right? So stop just people want to be sensitive halfway and or just point things out halfway. You know, point all of that stuff out. You get what I'm saying? Making it seem like a dude quit and sparring against you when a guy is getting in the ring, you know, going 10, 11 rounds with a damn middleweight. You get what I'm saying? With a damn middleweight. You get what I'm saying? You think that's the guy that's quitting? Cash was good with it, bro. Lies and Cap coming back to home. Kello, that's all facts, bro. It's coming back. So I just said, man, you know me, I'm a fair guy, and I feel like it was something that was going to end up happening because people, you know what I mean, they think they can say and do whatever they want with no consequence. And when people beat them at their own game, then it's a public outcry and everybody want to be sad. Nah, man, don't do that. Don't do that now. Sorry with any fans and answer that question. So they don't. A lot of them. There's some real ones out there. Salute to the real ones out there. Y'all know who y'all is, and y'all know I rock with y'all. When you keep 100, there's nothing exposed. That's all I'm saying. Facts. It ain't. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So yeah, them lies catch up. Them things catch up, man. And they come back to haunt you. It's like bro said, man. Like, y'all smash the like button. We just gonna cook for a little while longer, man. Just is what it is. And again, I hate to see anything messy, right? I like to see it. I like to see the back and forth within the realm of boxing. Talking about y'all gonna beat each other up, who the better fighter, that type of stuff, right? I'm not really into who one-ups each other, but at the same time, I know how to add context to things and put things in perspective. And despite who's dishing it out, I'm still not gonna side with it, right? That's my guy, and I'm still not 100% side with doing anything like that, but I can understand his position. And when you feel like all bets are off and the respect is gone, so it's like now it's wartime. You want to play, and this how we playing, then don't go crying when we playing. You get what I'm saying? When we start to really play, don't go crying. You get what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying. That it's just, it's all fair in love and war. You get what I'm saying amongst them. But like I've been saying, I don't see it spilling over into no street stuff. I'm glad it won't. I know cooler heads will prevail. They ain't get this far to start being stupid now. We got to keep in mind these dudes are young. They're entitled to be, you know, the emotions is a real thing. People say, oh, don't be in your feelings, this and that. People have feelings, emotions, all that. People get pissed off. People get agitated. You get what I'm saying? People have egos, pride, all those different things. And people are competitive. So I think sometimes we need to look at situations for what they are. Don't over intensify. It's not that serious. Like we've seen worse in the sport of boxing. You just don't. It's not something we care to see, right? We want to see these dudes proving who's the best in the ring, not on social media, not with Twitter characters or leak videos or any of that stuff, right? We just want to see y'all go in there and prove who's the best fighter. And that's what it's always going to be about for me. And over here, I'm going to talk about things like that when they present themselves, but I'm not going to harp over them, or I'm not going to speak of them in a biased manner or one-sided. I give people they just do. I'm very, very, you know, very consistent with that. And I'm going to keep doing it. You get what I'm saying? Salute to my bro, Al Booger, man. Joining the fam, becoming a YouTube channel member, man. This Just Do Boxing grind, man. Much love and appreciation, family. Joining that fam like that 2 times over. Much love.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your Just Do.
That man both moved a little straight in the past, man. You should know about right. And I think they, you know, just trying to be fair to the situation, or the hell with fair, right? Just be real to the situation, right? There's some growing up on both sides, right? Everything doesn't need a response, and some things don't need to be on Twitter. You get what I'm saying? Public appeal doesn't matter. The perception of, you know, the public doesn't matter. Your reality is the only thing that matters, right? And I'm saying that to say this. The reality of the matter is he's undefeated and was undisputed with a couple title defenses under his belt. He's very successful at what he's doing. He got a big fight potentially ahead of him with Regis PROGRAIS. Salute to them. I hope they work out a date. And we're going to speak on that fight a little bit again, too, because I've read something else again with Regis PROGRAIS talking about Broner. But, yeah, so he's doing his thing in his own regard, and I've said it before. Shakur, keep doing your thing. Stay focused. Like you said, you off social media until November. They can have it. Good. That's a good start right there. Leave all of this behind you. Focus up. Eat, sleep, and shit. Boxing, how you been doing? Stand on business, bro. Stay focused and stay on top of your game, man. And that's it. And prove them wrong inside the ring. You ain't got to worry about nothing else. Dad, you ain't got to worry about nothing else, proving nobody wrong, but in the ring. Go in there and show Regis why he can't mess with you or whatever, whoever you decide to fight. But I hope it's Regis. You get what I'm saying? So we're going to see, man. I can't wait to see these next potential fights that's lining up. You know what I mean? It's going to be fun to watch, man. I don't see him the type to get a crack outside the ring. Could be wrong. Hell of a boxer. I don't think so either. Darius ain't doing that because they ain't stupid. Not that because they won't do it because they scary or nothing. They just ain't stupid. You get what I'm saying? Got so much it's hard to be a fan. I get you, Kello. I understand that. You know, in the situation, they was saying that someone would deem it necessary to record him. In my opinion, it's a byproduct of him speaking on both sides of his mouth. That's true. That is true. Right. Because he continues got in the fights at school. Yeah, I heard about that story too. Gertz, what's good with it, Gertz? How you feeling, bro? Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all smash and punch on the like button for me. We're just gonna talk, we're gonna finish chopping it up. But yeah, man, it's always unfortunate when it gotta go left. But I think at the end of the day, it'll stay there. You know what I mean? And I think from here on out, like good move by Shakur deciding to, you know, get up out off social media for the most part and get back into your bag and what you do. You know what I mean? And that's just keep sharpening your skills, keep pushing the needle, keep grinding, keep, you know what I mean, getting the absolute most out of your career and make the absolute most out of this opportunity against Frank Martin. You got a real test in front of you, a real slick, you know, young, slick black fighter. You know what I mean? That they say y'all guys don't fight. That would be shooting that narrative down. You get what I'm saying? He's a quality guy, undefeated. You know what I mean? Definitely well respected amongst the boxing circles, man. So it's a real opponent for both of y'all. So credit to both of them for being willing to take this fight and take the necessary challenge to prove themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's a good opportunity for both to be a world champion. You know, more so Frank Martin. I know it's itching for an opportunity to become world champion. Like I've been saying, he's 28 years old. You got Shakur. On the other hand, he's 26. If he's the winning title, that'll be his third title in his third weight class. You get what I'm saying? Him being unified in one. So that's a nice, you know what I mean, body of work to have 21 fights under your belt and you be undefeated and you say you win this fight and impressively when you win this belt. Now you get to start to carve out and cement what is your legacy while you're at 35. And this is a great start with Frank Martin. So all BS aside, all back and forth aside, all social media spats and Twitter beefs aside, those are two of the you know, the better and best fighters that we got in boxing. And we're going to continue to see them display that. I just can't wait to see this fight. Want to see this purse bid, see how things roll out there. I really want to see where this fight is going to be at and who going to win the purse bid. That's what I want to know. Punch a girl in the face in the streets, he would definitely do what he said. Yeah. And I hated that video too, DK. I hated it. I know it wasn't intentional for him, but I know he learned since then. I definitely know he learned his lesson since then. And I was watching an interview the other day that came out a few days ago with him, and the interviewer asked him, you know, what did he think about certain people, like, you know, a certain somebody getting locked up with a gun in LA and the bodyguard not taking the charge and all this stuff. And what do you think about the guy that, you know, had a hit and run? You know, they asked him about personal situations. And see, this is the part of a fighter that people don't speak about. They'll speak about, you know, no morality, no integrity and things like that. And if he didn't have those things, if he lacked character, if he lacked understanding of what it is to be a real young man, he would have responded differently when asked that question. Instead, he said he tries not to get into nobody's personal life because, you know, you just never know what could happen. Anything could happen in the day-to-day pretty much. And, you try not to judge nobody based off their situation. One day he could be going through something and he will hope that somebody would give him that same, you know what I mean, respect in that regard. So I like the way he answered that question. That was very mature way of answering that question. And I think, you know, that understanding is the kind of logic that he needs to apply to his career, just period, and just continue to be focused, locked in, block out the noise. The hell with social media. You can't win up there anyway, because no matter what you do, if you was beating all the absolute most dangerous fighters in the world back to back to back, you would still have somebody talking crazy. So my point is, you can't please everybody, so don't even try. You get what I'm saying? Always stand on your business and stand up for yourself. But understand that everything don't need a response, because when you dope like that and your hands is nice like what they are, you smart like that, locked in like that, speaks for itself, bro. Speaks for itself. When you're truly dialed in as a young fighter and you're set out to be the absolute best fighter that you can be, there is no Twitter post, there is no leaked video, there is no Twitter characters, no types, no hashtag that can display you showing your level of greatness better than you actually getting in the ring and beating a guy like Frank Martin. So when it's all said and done, you got full control over what happens from here. You get what I'm saying? You driving your own car. You have the opportunity to control your narrative with your fist, and that's what it's all about. Like, I know it's easy to get sidetracked with all this stuff that they got going on back and forth when people get heated, but let's not lose sight of the fact that as long as you handle business, cross your T's and dot your I's, you will get everything that you want. You know what I mean? What's for you is going to be for you. You, like he said in that interview, you feel like God got a plan that's laid out for you, and you just got to follow that plan. And that's exactly what you do. You do it by staying the course. You continue to, love the sport of boxing. You live a clean lifestyle that you say you living, You get what I'm saying? You limit the partying and the hanging out and different things like that and the distractions, and you continue to lock in and live that fighter's lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? Allow your biggest influences coming up, you know, the Sweet Peas and the Andre Wards and the Floyd Mayweathers. Like, just think about the lifestyles of those fighters in terms of clean boxing, right? Being clean fighters. You know, emulate those things. You got three greats to take things from, right? And that's just three of them. Your favorite three. You get what I'm saying? That's a good three to emulate and to take things from. So I think as long as his mind is where it need to be and his focus is in the right place, I mean, sky's the limit. You get what I'm saying? It's the reason why people label him as a potential generational talent. And you just gotta stay the course. And that go for all fighters. You get what I'm saying? You got Frank Martin on the other side that's chomping at the bit, that won his opportunity. Like I say, he's 28. He got to get a move on, and he's gonna be hungry. Make no mistake about it. Him and Derrick James is gonna come. They're gonna put a game plan together, bro, and they're gonna try their damn best to execute it. You know what I mean? It won't be an easy fight for either one. 2 Cents Boxing, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? I get the feeling Tank comes back in early 2024. It's possible. His real connection to the street is why he came out quickly and denounced being a street dude after his statements. I don't really think that's the case. I just think he did it because things like that need to be said, right, bro? You know, I think a lot of times when you hear people, like, you don't gotta, like, let's just put this in perspective for a second, right? You don't have to be street to slap somebody in the street. You could just be annoyed. You could feel disrespected, slighted, any of those things, right? Like that, none of that. People will hear it, and because they're boxers, and it sounds like you want sauce outside this, you know, outside the ring, they'll immediately equate it to you trying to be street. And in fact, like you can see a guy suit and tie office worker haul off one day and slap somebody. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, it has nothing to do with being street as much as it do with you feeling like you was disrespected. You get what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times people equate, you know, aggressive behavior or tone or aggressive words being said to one another as you just trying to be street. And I think that's a poor interpretation of it. You get what I'm saying? I just don't think that's the case. You get what I'm saying? I don't see how you feeling the need to, you know, even though I would never want to see that happen, but you saying, you know, you'll slap somebody outside the ring makes you street. You know what I'm saying? I don't get that from that. And I had this post up before. This is something that Shakur has said right here. You get what I'm saying? I'm a boxer, not a street ninja. I'm from the trenches, born and raised, but miss me with anything that don't got shit to do with boxing. And I can respect that because this is what people will conveniently ignore. They'll conveniently ignore that he said this, and they'll still say what he's trying to be. But if he say it straight out his mouth, he'll still have some fools or saying what he's trying to be. Oh, he's trying to be nothing. They ain't trying to be nothing. These dudes human. They can get mad at each other. They can feel like they want to smack each other. Now, of course, I don't want to see it, but I think people need to put it in perspective. Everybody's been frustrated before where you said something to somebody before. As cool, calm, cool, and collective as I am up here all the time, as respectful I am to everybody that come through here. You think I ain't never had to tell nobody I do something to them? And look how calm, cool, and collective I am. Look how respectful I am every day to everybody that come in here. Every day. Consistently, it's very easy to do when you're a man. You carry it like one. But inside me being a man and carrying my energy a certain way, you still have people that'll try you and come left. And sometimes you got to, you know what I mean? You're going to speak how you speak. But I think ultimately, as long as you allow it to just be what it is, you said what you said, but understand cooler heads need to prevail, and you don't need to do nothing that's going to put you in any situation. And like he said in the interview, you know, you just on a whole nother level in terms of being locked in and focused. So you slapping anybody outside the ring and potentially getting yourself in any type of trouble in any way, shape, or form will go against what you've been working towards all this time. So don't throw no opportunities away for some temporary emotion. You get what I'm saying? I understand how you felt somebody talking the way they talking. I get it. Yeah, most likely like that. Most likely Goofus Maggers cover all shapes and sizes, right? Being from the streets don't automatically make you win fights. I wish the street dude understood that. That's a fact too, bro. I don't know, it don't. Because, you know what I'm saying? But I hate the fact that because they're boxers, people act like they're not still human. Like they don't get into issues sometimes where I feel like, you know what I mean, everything can't just be a boxing match in their life. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you're going to feel a certain way and you're going to respond a certain way. But I think the most important thing is not allowing some temporary emotion to get you in a permanent situation, right? You know what I'm saying? So you don't need that. No fighter needs that. PGA's big dog, what's good with it, Brody? Some things there are lapses, right? You just had, facts, and you just had that moment. And I think people just ignore that. And hey, B-Dog, what's good with it, fam? They ignore that, right? Everybody got a limit. And it's like they ignore that because these guys are boxers and you expect them to never feel human or feel, annoyed or frustrated about something. You get what I'm saying? Look how we respond when we feel like you get what I'm saying? Like we do the same stuff and we older than these guys and we be ready to over our respect. So I think sometimes people forget those things. Like never going to justify no fighters doing anything outside the ring, no fighting outside the ring, right? Because we know that could lead to a ton of other problems that any fighter don't need. If that's what you truly want to be, a fighter inside the ring professionally, you save all your battles for the ring. You get what I'm saying? Especially physical, you know what I mean? So I'm glad he came out and said something like this, because a lot of people just will let this conveniently go over their heads and still try to paint him out, just be a thug and say he's trying to be something he's not. And he clearly telling you know what I'm saying? Not as a boxer, I'm not a street ninja. I'm born, you know what I mean, from the trenches, born and raised, but that don't mean he's a street ninja. He's, of that element, of that cloth, but he knows better. PJ's big dog, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? So you get what I'm saying? I think he's getting older. He might miss the opportunity to fight more of the Kings while he's in his prime. The government saying the master coming back so the bubble could start boxing. I would hope not, DK. And I've heard that too. I have a lot of those moments on social media. Yeah, and I think those are what you're saying, PGH. I think those are the growing pains, man. And I think some of it is people intensifying the moment bigger than what it is, right? You get what I'm saying? It's like you would think that it would just be one-way traffic the way people project it. Like, you get what I'm saying? These dudes young, they everything they say is under the microscope. That's, as a young fighter, the more you need to be more conscious and aware of that. You get what I'm saying? And I think with time, you learn, man. You learn how to deal with things better, process them better, move better, respond to things better, understand that some things don't need a response. Like I said, the ultimate flex would it be to go into your very next fight and beat ass and pitch an absolute shutout or get a knockout or just be a masterful performance. You get what I'm saying? To become a champion. That's the ultimate flex. There's no creative, Twitter post, picture, a video that you can put out, leak, that will be better than, no flex will be better than you getting that hand raised because you just went out there and dominated a quality top young fighter in Frank Martin. You get what I'm saying? So ultimately, when he says he's leaving social media, they can have it. I think that's what the goal is. See y'all in November. So that's what I like to hear, Core. Lock in and focus up, because you got a real task in front of you. And as far as J Prince, definitely not a good look. I think people I think they don't like. I think it's a lot of misconception with the extent of their relationship is, right? I think when people hear J Prince, they associate his name with a lot of different things. We all know what those things are, right? But I think, they look at it because this man has a story past or has some things that's going on that directly kind of correlates to the connection with him and Shakur. I just think those things are separate, right? I think with them, it's a guy that genuinely believes in Shakur's talent, believes in him as a young man, as a fighter, and truly wants to facilitate and do his best in the position that he has to make sure he has a hell of a career. And I think, although some of the things that J Prince's name is attached to, whether good, bad, or indifferent, I think they try to tie Shakur into his other business. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not the extent of their relationship. I would expect that, somebody that is really trying to make sure their guy is good. You get what I'm saying? So I know a lot of times people tie his name and they make it the worst thing. Gotta think Jay Prince been around the sport of boxing for years and years, and you know, Shakur wouldn't be the first fighter that you know what I mean, that he's doing business with and things like that. So you got fighters, you get what I'm saying? So I think ultimately he got a gym, things like that. So they don't know how to separate it. You know what I mean? And again, like all I can say is this, right? Because that is true with Canelo. Like that one situation that people talk about, and this is how sometimes for me, I question what kind of experiences people actually been a part of, because that situation that happened right there is so unfortunate, right? It's very unfortunate, but that could happen anywhere. That could literally happen anywhere. Just like people act like he was on some street corner somewhere hanging out. You get what I'm trying to say? Just think about the area and where he was at, and you tell me if anything like that was supposed to take place. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, so it wasn't like, I'm just out in the hood and I'm trying to be down. It's like, it's a reason that you were there. It's a reason you ended up there. I'm not justifying it, but it's a reason you were there. But you definitely want to be smarter with where you're at, you know what I mean, what's going on around you and all that. All those things, I'm right with you with that. But I think people automatically like made him out to be a bad guy because he happened to be somewhere where something unfortunate took place at. And like I said, just like I'll use myself as a prime example, right? I've been shot in both of my legs before. I got shot in both legs before. Where do y'all think I was at when that happened, right? Where do you think I was at? I was at a public park where it was no negative activity going on. It wasn't even so much as a dice game going on. People was legit playing pickup basketball, having fun. It wasn't even arguments on the court. It was just a good day, good afternoon, summer afternoon, people playing basketball, running full court basketball. All of a sudden, somebody starts shooting. I'm the only one that gets shot. So you get what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say, like, look at where I was at. I wasn't doing nothing wrong. I wasn't in the wrong, but look what transpired. It could have been worse for me. You get what I'm saying? But it's like when people see that you're somewhere where something happens, and I get it. You want to be very smart at where you're at. Facts. Okay? You get what I'm saying? You got to be smart. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You get what it wasn't some hood stuff. It wasn't just like, oh, let me go hang out on the strip of the hood somewhere where it's hot at. You get what I'm saying? So I try to take all those things into account because I heard a lot of the criticism he got. And I'm like, I can't make that kind of connection because I've been somewhere at a public park and I'm not no troublemaker. I'm sitting here watching these dudes get they 5 on 5 on. They having fun. They rocking out. Sitting down talking next to my cousin. Next thing you know, minutes later, boom, 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 somebody shooting. So you get what I'm saying? Like that could have been that was a weird situation, but it's like that don't make him in the wrong because something wrong happened where he happened to be at, right? But you always want to be mindful of your surroundings, people that's there, and the energy that a certain crowd brings, right? That's just it comes with, you know, learning and just growth, right? And just being smart. And I think since then, I think you know, from what I understand, he's very locked in and you don't spend a lot of time like hanging out. You might see him out for a little bit, and then you get what I'm saying, he up out of there and he back, you know, where he belongs. You get what I'm saying? Where he should be, focused, family, in the gym. You get what I'm saying? Richardson Hitchens was just speaking about him recently, right? And you know, that's a guy that known him since they was like 12, 13 years old. So he was saying like the dude, like he used to be a little wilder back then, but he said like he's seen the growth and maturity. He's like, he changed so much. Like the dude young, he got money, young, rich, but he's like, yo, the dude barely even want to party, do any of that. Like, so you like eat, sleeping in shit boxing. So you get what I'm saying? He was like that, the level of focus that he on, like, damn, like he's to the point where, and you know, Richardson Hitchens is a very disciplined, dedicated fighter. He like, man, damn, you got to do something with yourself, bro. But he get it. And he like that level of focus, I believe, is what separates him. And I think so too. I believe you just got to understand the opportunity that's in front of you, right? You get what I'm saying? And make the most out of it. You know, go out there and be the best version of yourself every time. That's the ultimate flex. Not no, you know, social media characters, not a leaked video, none of that stuff. You don't need none of that to one up nobody because you're already dope without that type of stuff. So you get what I'm saying? You don't need it. Trap Media. What's good with it, Trap? How you been, bro? And salute to my bro, Kello, man. You run to me, black people's always a risk, especially at 6 p.m., especially a park or black area. I never been to a court where the fight didn't almost happen. Yeah, and and believe it or not, that was like, you know, that was afternoonish, man. It was crazy. It was like that was broad daylight. Trap. Dude just starts shooting goofy, and it's crazy. The dude you shooting at is close. The dude you actually shooting at is a lot closer to you than I was. That's why I was like, how the hell you shoot you goofy? That's why I hate guns, bro. I hate reckless gun toters, man. St. Charles might be the dude who's supposed to be fighting. Yeah. At this point, he is a comedian. He is a comedian now. Who I be. Salute, family. How you feeling, bro? Said well said. Appreciate you, fam. I always try to give realistic insight, man. Keep you giving these black folks predominantly online. Oh man, but yeah, man. So yeah, you know, you always want to be mindful of your circumstances, situations, the energy, the crowd, all that stuff, right? Just be smart. You get what I'm saying? And I always want to see all these dudes, you know, win, not just in the ring, but in life. And that's the same for Shakur, for any other fighter. You know what I mean? All these dudes, man, because all it takes is one bad night. And that could be in the ring or outside the ring, being somewhere where you just don't need to be. So I think when you limit your exposure in unnecessary places, you also give yourself a better chance at limiting the BS that comes with that, right? So I think it's all about you know, surroundings and the company you keep and even, you know, the functions that you participate in, that you frequent, visit, all that stuff. Like you always want to be on top of that. You get what I'm saying? Always. But again, man, salute to them boys, man. I can't wait to see what's really next. You know, the next fight's up. And you know, it'd be interesting to see a Jared Anderson fight a Frank Sanchez. Whether or not people think he's ready for him is another thing, right? I'm just not a fan of saying people ain't ready if they think they're ready. If you want it, I want it for you. You get what I'm saying? So, you get what I'm saying? Melvin, what's good with it, fam? Say example, Robert Easter Jr. You get what I'm saying? And I think, you know, I think it's very important for us to like, especially when we having these conversations. You know, nobody in here has done it, but people got to stop being so quick to blame somebody, looking for somebody to blame. Sometimes things just happen. Like you're not always at fault when something bad happens where you happen to be at. And I think the area you are and your intent, your purpose for being where you at makes the difference as well. But you can be going somewhere, like I said, being at a public park is doing nothing wrong at all. Just watching people play basketball early afternoon, whatever the case, middle of the afternoon, should I say. So, you know what I mean? Stuff just randomly happens. Robert Easter, another case where, you know, unfortunate situations just happen. Like, you get what I'm saying? Just be somewhere. Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm standing one day in my neighborhood, and this is after I got shot. This is after getting shot, and I happen to have somebody shooting directly like behind me. Luckily they was enough distance away where I ain't catch no strays in this situation, but telling you, like, at that point, I wouldn't have been doing nothing wrong for being, that's where I live at. And look what happened. So it's like, I think a lot of times when we hear tragedies or situations happen where somebody was there and it could have been bad for them, if this and that, and I get it, but that don't necessarily make the person wrong. I think we got to stop demonizing people for being human, for being in places and in areas where you're allowed to have somewhat of a good time, right? You're allowed to have a good time. You just want to be smart about where you're at. You get what I'm saying? Who you hanging with and what kind of energy the crowd that you're with brings. You just always want to be smart with that. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, facts like that. Facts. I never understood that energy, and I never will, because I never put that out. Like, I'm about enjoying my life, not making it harder. You get what I'm saying? Grind hard, Sports Nation. What's good with it, family? How you feeling? It's like a car accident. You need to be at fault. You get what I'm saying? Facts, Ash, facts, cuzzo. You get what I'm saying? And that, I think that's what a lot of people look to do. And again, I'm gonna put people on to something. If you never heard nobody say it, I've said it several times on this channel. Been saying it lately, bro. The blame only exists when somebody is not willing to hold themselves accountable. You get what I'm saying? A lot of times things are what they are. You get what I'm saying? Nobody could be at fault. You get what I'm saying? You could just be going about living your regular life and boom, You know what I mean? Like I was doing. Speaking of car accidents, I'm way too fond of those too. Charles Somebody's a real life Batman every two. Got that gadget belt, don't he? Got that gadget belt, man. But yeah, what I wanted to build with y'all, man. But you know, we always go into, you know, other stuff, and I always try to give a fair assessment on things, man. A lot of times when stuff go wrong, like I heard somebody came through my chat one time and said, "Hey man, Shakur gonna get smoked. He hanging with this." I was like, bro, like think about the irresponsibility of what you just said right now, how crazy that sounds. Like, why would you come in here and type that in my chat? He gonna get smoked because it's like, yo, damn, you know absolutely nothing, but you come in here like you know exactly his reasoning for being there, what was going on. Like, that's why I say I question not, you know, I ain't saying you never been through nothing, but I question what certain people been through and what experiences that they share, because I can tell by certain comments and the way people come off as immature. They're very inexperienced in terms of being somewhere where something like that just happens and it's out of your control. People don't know nothing about that. It's crazy that people don't understand that by now. Like how that can happen for you. Like stuff like that change in an instant and it'd be nothing you can do about it. You get what I'm saying? And it's so bad that we literally got to draw it up to wrong place, wrong time. Imagine that. And again, like when it happened for me, you think I wasn't trying to hear nobody in my ear with that? It'll make me borderline like defensive. Like, don't tell me going to the park to watch people play basketball is the wrong thing to be doing. Like think about that. But that's sort of a mentality that we kind of come to grips with to make peace of tragedies taking place. You get what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's almost like us holding ourselves accountable just for being somewhere trying to enjoy yourself. It's crazy, right? But that's how it is. But anyway, man, back to the boxing, man, because, you know, boxing is life sometimes, man. So, you know, sometimes you can tie in real life situations with boxing. You get what I'm saying? But again, hopefully, the young boys, they learn and they move on from this situation and they understand that the only flex they need is in the ring and beating ass and continue to beat people at a you know, a very impressive rate. You get what I'm saying? So we're going to see. Means they can tell you what you're going to do wrong. Yeah, right. Like that. Facts. This is life all the time, bro. Right. And you know it. So again, man, it's some good things coming down the pipe in boxing. It's some potentially good things. Like I said, Frank Sanchez and Big Baby, that is a fight to look forward to, if not immediately next. Sometime in the future. We just know that we had this footnote to go back on when they do possibly get in a situation where maybe people are asking or demanding that they fight. Who knows, right? Frank Sanchez keep winning, Big Baby keep winning. Who knows? They meet up at some point, right? And hopefully they can get a fight made. That'll be a fun fight to watch. Again, just touching on the Regis PROGRAIS thing. I was speaking on it a little bit yesterday. I seen it again today, man. He's saying BRONER is the option if no HANEY. But again, I just don't know in terms of how long he's willing to like sit still and wait the course. I think for the sake of boxing and for him, I think Devin Haney is a much better fight right now than him and Adrien Broner, respectfully. And I think that the Adrien Broner fight might make you look a certain way because there's no way. And I get it. Matias got a fight lined up. I believe he's fighting Ergashev. But there's no way you should be talking about an Adrien Broner and you had a guy like Matias constantly calling you out. It just wouldn't be a good look to me. You know what I mean? And that's because Broner's still trying to get all the way back, his legs back under him. You get what I'm saying? So I just don't see what that would do for your career. And maybe you think that comes with a bag, but I don't know if fighting Broner at this point comes with the same bag it once was. I think it's safe to say it don't. So I don't know if I would want to see that. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if I would care to see that. I would rather, if it ain't gonna be Devin and Regis, then it got to be somebody else. That makes sense. I don't want to see necessarily no damn AB fight Regis right now. It'd be the fight Regis to make. Okay, I already know what you on, bro. That's what Tuesday the ring boots in Charleston. Oh man. Man, that's a tight race, Jonathan, man. Charles tooled up. But nah, I get that though. But you know what was interesting about that, about you saying that, KO, even though it's like it's funny, but you dead serious. But the funny thing about it is like you talking about one fight not happening for a potential better fight. You get what I'm saying? So that's not a bad thing, right? It ain't like you asking for this fight not to happen for a worse fight. So I get you, man. And I get why. Like, I've heard you state why you feel like it should be like that. He said he's going to fight his ass off. I think so, too, Rose. It should be an entertaining fight, a real good fight. Get what I'm saying? Matisse is a dog, man. I do want to see him back in the ring, though. I want to see him again, see what he got going on. KO, you know KO pushing for Jonathan. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. You know what he pushing for. LetsBuild, what's good, my guy? How you feeling, bro? Regis for Sandra Martin. Antoine Russell winner. Evan Haney and Gary Antoine Russell will be an entertaining fight as well. Style-wise, it'll be interesting to see them clash. It's a lot of good fights for at 140, man. That's why I love this boxing, man. It's a lot of good fights to mix and match. And another fight I wanted to touch on with y'all. How y'all feeling about Mario Barrios and UGAS, man? How y'all feeling about it? I think that's a cool scrap, man. I think that's a good scrap. Get what I'm saying? Both guys have only been stopped once in their careers. You get what I'm saying? UGAS coming off his TKO loss with Spence. You know, Barrios coming off I think, did he get a knockout win? He thought he got a stoppage win. So look, man, Mario Barrios been all right, man. I like Barrios, man. I like him. I don't know, man. I think that Spence fight could have took a lot out of UGAS. I know he's a tough Cuban fighter, man. Tough game, always gonna come to fight. But I think Barrios could mess around and pull this off. Yeah, I don't know. Just do it. It's bad energy. Right. I like Barrios. Right, L-Dub. I think he's solid, man. Like, outside of the Tank and the Keith Thurman thing, man, Barrios, solid, man. Good fight, right? Good fight. Charles was quiet. What do you mean, like, in terms of, like, the hoopla, like, the energy? 8-1 Hoop Zone. What's good, family? How you feeling, Brody? That was a good fight. I took a lot of punishments last fight, coming up a long way off. Right, I think it's a good to see what he got left. Yeah, there you go. Appreciate you. Giovanni Santiago, he did stop him. Beat his ass, man. He was kicking up on dude. I like the combinations, man, that Barrios was throwing. I like the energy. Man, he came to fight there, man. It was a good fight for him, bro. I think I got Barrios too, man. I was thinking UGAS at first, but, just thinking about considering the losses and the wear and tear and things like that, I think I could go with Barrios, man. I was fighting Steve Rose on the Hitchens versus the Pay the Card, right? Getting some good fall fight. That's what I'm saying. I'm loving boxing right now. I'm enjoying it, man. I feel like this conversation was more centered around the boxing, right? I think Keith Thurman's waiting for Bud to drop the belt, so he has a shot at the WBC strap. You know what? Maybe a Kello, because I feel like at this point, I ain't no disrespect to Keith Thurman. I think he's being a bit of an opportunist. But remember, he did say, "What's up, Crawford? Was good? Let's get it on." Remember that video, right? No, y'all remember that video. He was talking about let's get it on, Crawford, this and that. Yeah, buddy, he was talking that talk. So if you feel like that, go fight him. Don't wait for him to drop no belt. Go fight him. I like them both. I think UGAS can pull it off. I feel you, Miss Joe. I just feel like that punishment that he took in the last fight, right? I feel like Mario Barrios is the fresher body. He's a tall, long guy, man. Got some height, reach. Good boxing ability, good boxing skills, man. Solid puncher at the weight. Just finished his last fight with a KO. You know what I'm saying? Be a good scrap, man. He said, KO, I want my boy to get a real belt. Ruiz dropped the ball ducking that Wilder fight. Yeah, man. See Brittany Renner getting loose last night. Oh, did she? Nah, yo, Charles, y'all love y'all from Charleston, man. Expect Haney wants to fight Russell at this point, so it's time considering it. Nah, it's not. I wasn't gonna have a full blown on about it right now, but it's a good fight to think about down the line, because I definitely don't. Yeah, and I'm with you, bro. Hey, not right now. I definitely don't think he'll want that. Have Crawford has to fight Spence. Right. Did he act? So did anybody in here, KO, did you hear anything about the rematch clause, bro? Or anybody else in here for that matter? Did y'all hear any other confirmation about that? Did Earl activate the rematch clause, or am I missing something? Like Barrios for this fight. Yeah, if he pressures UGAS, maybe he can win. But he's gonna need better defense versus UGAS. I feel that. Like Barrios too, right? Also experience with Thurman and Tank. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like, I know they're losses, but you do take things, you do learn from some things in there. I think it bodes well for him. Yeah, I'm with you, Aunt Jannar. What's good with the family? Matias called out Devin as well. Yeah, would you like that fight, Regis and Devin? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, Jannar. But I don't think he'll go nowhere near that dude right now. And it's very interesting to see that I would love to just know like what's gonna really happen with that fight, because it almost seemed like Regis gonna get bored or impatient or something. You know what I'm saying? Thurman had fights. Yeah, man. I don't know who Thurman gonna fight Canelo, but he can't just keep sitting around talking. I think the longer he sit around, the riskier and tougher the fight gets when he comes back. I really wanted to see that dude be active after fighting his last fight, because you wanted to see what he really had left to give to the sport. Like, but another long layoff and you just getting older is very weird, bro. It's very weird. Doesn't lie, dude is gonna fight, right? Espinosa did a brief interview watching me about it and click on it though. Okay. That is a horrible matchup for Devin. I think so too, bro. That'd be a very, very tough matchup out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Very tough, because he, being younger and fresher than Regis, just a little more aggressive, I think, at this point. Yeah, it's a tough style matchup for sure. Matchroom schedule starting on September 15th to December 16th every weekend. Appreciate you, Dub. A human facts machine, man. Appreciate you, my bro. Matias versus Devin is better than Regis versus Devin, in my opinion. Yeah, being younger, Matias being a younger guy, I can see why you say that. I'm with that. I'm with you in regard to Spence Crawford rematch. Yeah, because I did hear him saying possibly like next year. He was saying like early next year or something like that. Depends on some things. I did hear that. Heard Thurman versus Stanionis. Boots versus Crowley. Winners fight each other. Man, talk to him. This is why this is my guy. See what? What's good, Brody? How you feeling? Matias against anyone right now, right? And see what you want to see. As you know, Matias gonna get there and let them things go, man. He go throw them things, man. He gonna try to get you out of there. He gonna try to get you out of there. Appreciate you though. Always dropping information, bro. Y'all go check out the bro LWBoxing if y'all haven't, and the rest of the content creators as well, man. Appreciate all y'all. But if the Shakur versus Martin fight ends in a draw, boy, I'll be over here pissed off. Like, man, you got to be kidding me. I would hate to see that. I just want to see a decisive winner. I want to see a great fight. May the best man win. Decisive winner. I want both guys to have, their best training camps and, come in feeling their absolute best so we can see the best fight possible. Devin fights Matias. He shows his levels to this. Man, that's to be a tough fight, though, Jonathan. I'm going to tell you right now, style-wise, boy. Thurman wants a big payday. He still thinks he's prime one time. Yeah, right? But drops those straps and moves to 54. Thurman has a chance to be champion again. I like to see the WBC rankings, right? To his different size and height. He has a high output over Regis. Yeah, it's spooky. But then he said Boots and Cody Crowley, Thurman and Stanionis. They should have, I feel like they should have gave Cody Crowley. Should have gave Cody Crowley to keep Thurman and then Stanionis the Boots. But I guess it wouldn't. Yeah, guess it really wouldn't matter. Because believe it or not, I expect Keith Thurman to be able to beat a Stanionis. I really do. I like Crowley dude is super scrappy, especially in his last fight. Man, he showed me another element, another layer to his game. Or in my opinion, get the victory versus Matias or Ruiz as well. That makes sense, cuzzo. I think PROGRAIS with HANEY will slide to December. Appreciate you, Dub. Appreciate the insight as well, man. You be on point, bro. Okay. And again, I'm just hopeful. I just want to see the fight, and I'm glad. I will hope to see it for both guys, man. Yeah, man, he always coming through just with vital information. That's why I appreciate him, man. Really do. Salute the dub. Matias versus Igashev is next, right? Conor Ben gonna fight Cody Crowley. But that's a dope matchup, though. Dub. Boots and Cody Crowley, and then Keith Thurman and Stanionis, and then the winners fight each other, bro. Man, that's what's up. Maybe, and look, maybe Keith Thurman. I think Keith Thurman could beat Stanionis, y'all. I do. Style wise, I think he got a style that be favorable to him against the Stanionis. It's just, the layoff, the inactivity and stuff like that, but skill-wise and talent-wise, Keith Thurman, I think, can beat that guy. And I definitely respect to Cody Crowley. He not beating Boots. No, he get hit too much. He get hit too much. Or, at least when he was trying to fight the way he was fighting in his last fight. I respected it. He got it out and he won it. And he impressed me with the way he fought. But, man, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Man, that I think Boots could really get him out of there. I think Boots could get him out of there. I think Keith Thurman could get a decision win over Stanionis. And maybe then Boots will finally get a Keith Thurman fight, and Keith Thurman gonna have to stand on business. So I'd love to see that. Right? Thurman's number 1, Crowley's number 2. Right there. Man, so that's why I was saying I'd like to see them fight, and then Boots get Stanionis, but either way, they're still good matchups. You know what I mean? Brother, on all platforms, yeah, man. He gonna continue to get his just due for me because he deserves it, bro. Like, I just appreciate insight and information, and he always got something new to add, something to look out for. So, you appreciate good, informative people that stay on top of this boxing, man. So I have Matias calling David runner. Bad sign already. Yeah, let him. You know how I look at that. Let it, you kind of telling on yourself in a sense, Jonathan, because you kind of saying that you got a problem with cutting the ring off in a sense. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to hear my fighter talking that. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to hear my fighter talking that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Or my fighter talking about, you got running this and no. We don't want to hear that. Cut the ring off, bro. Because you can't expect somebody to stand there and get concussed to see who can catch a damn concussion first, bro. Ain't nobody doing that. No rock'em sock'em robot. And I'm telling you, all information, no narratives, great insight, breakdowns of the rankings, man. Just pure boxing purists, bro. You get what I'm saying? Boxing purists and content form, bro. That's what it is. Salute the dog. Gotta appreciate it. I do. You know what I mean? I definitely do. Just like I appreciate the fan in here as well, man. And yeah, man, speaking of, I did hear somebody mention, but yeah, Barrios, like I said, Barrios and Ugas, great fight for boxing. Good test for both. Good, solid matchup. I think Barrios can pull it off, though. I do think he could pull it off. Definitely be competitive because Ugas don't lay down. He ain't no slouch. You get what I'm saying? But we all seen how much punishment he took. EJ, and we know guys don't typically be the same. So we'll see. It'll be a good fight, though. I'm the trainer. We doing drill to drill until you can cut the ring off. No excuses. Yeah, man, that's a skill. You know what I mean? Just like it's a skill to be able to be elusive and move. You got to be skillful. You got to be able to cut that ring off. Salute the dub again. Ray Ford should be back on October 28th. Salute to Raymond Ford. That's another fighter that I like a lot, man. October 28th, cool. Got to see him back. Yo, man, dub since that draw he had, bro. I don't know, man. He been hungry. You feel like, yo, since that draw happened, like, bro, he been building a lot of momentum, man, and I like it. I like Raymond Ford. Like his skill set, bro. Like it. I like what I'm saying from Raymond Ford. That dude really can fight. Really can fight. I think I was a tough customer, a little too tough, right? That be his problem. Sometimes I got Ugas over Barrios. Nah, I got you, Seawood. Okay, good pick. I'm mad at that. Cut that ring off. Facts. Tom's got to cut that ring off. I think the fresher guy in Barrios can pull it off, though. I like the way he looked in his last fight, too. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see though. Good fight though. Good fight for the fans, man. But Andy Ruiz, man, at this point, I don't know if y'all heard, but this guy's now pretty much saying he need $10 million to fight Wilder. He just need to go away at this point. Yeah. I think he just need to go away at this point. Think bro just need to go away at this point. It's starting to become clear, more and more clear, I guess, that I don't know if he's using the business of boxing or misusing the business of boxing to mess up a fight, but I just don't think he's in a position to make any type of drastic demands. And again, I think the biggest problem with it is, y'all, and just tell me if I'm wrong, you're publicly making these demands. How do you think that's going to work? That's not going to work. You're not even reaching out to the right people. You're just putting it on social media. What are you hoping? Somebody come across it and see it? You get what I'm saying? You think Deontay Wilder and Wilder might see it, but Al Heyman don't give a damn. Like, bro, that's not the way to do it. You're going about it the wrong way. So it's kind of telling me you don't want to fight. How many times publicly you going to keep coming out making statements? I'm tired of you. You know what? I'm going to just leave him alone. But Andy Ruiz, man, come on, bro. You got to do better, man. Got to do better, bro. Got to do better. I would like to see you fight Wilder, but I just think you making these bogus demands and you keep going public with these videos, I don't think that's going to get you to fight. All due respect, I don't think so. And you had to Garcia. Lamont Roach, bro. Right, Dub? It's Lamont Roach fighting Hector Garcia. They got a fight coming up, don't they? I believe so. Lamont Roach and Hector Garcia, if I'm not mistaken. Got at 4, got the draw against, is about to fight Joe Cardini for IBF title on November 4th. Ever Vasquez, salute to you. Appreciate you, bro. Be locked in. Your damn encyclopedia, bro. You're an encyclopedia with this shit, man. See, you went from 20 till you get what I'm saying. Right. Yeah, just go away, man. Like 20-10. Like, yeah, Joe, you get what I'm saying? Like, I just think he's making the demands to the wrong people, and that can't get you to fight. And I'm just trying to be respectful to the situation. I don't want to go left on him. I tell my little jokes from here to here, but I ain't even gonna do that. Thank you. Just if you really want that fight, you gotta go about it in a different manner. I don't think the public, the Instagram, Twitter, social media, I don't think that's the route to getting you a Deontay Wilder fight. Because I'm pretty sure you got the connections to be able to get on the phone with that man and have a real conversation that could move the ball forward, push the needle forward, right? And actually make something shake. But I think if you're going to keep clowning on social media, because at this point it's clowning because you can't be taken serious and you keep making these demands through either, social media posts or through interviews, whoever's still deciding to interview you, keep asking you about Wilder is starting to piss me off. Do you want to go to sleep or not? Because at this point, I don't see nothing else for you. You done did all this playing. The only thing that's in store for you if you get in the ring with Wilder is in that. The question is, are you ready to go to sleep? It's really not even that bad. Sleep is actually good for the soul, man. Like, ain't nothing beat a good nap, bro. You know what I'm saying? Your nap starting to be long overdue because you keep playing with this man's name, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when that fight against AJ was the best and worst thing that happened to him, facts. He's a victim of his own success. Yeah, if he coming in with no game plan, Jonathan, it's gonna be tough. I truly don't. I believe everybody should respect their opponent enough to at least come in there with a game plan. If you don't, you're not even prepared to win. It's like you're preparing to lose in a sense. Yeah, I just want Wilder to focus on the AJ fight. Me too, Aisha. Like the hell with the Andy Ruiz, because he clearly not reaching out to the right people that can push and move the needle and essentially get the ball rolling. Like he's just gonna keep talking. So he's pissing me off. Over 20 yards means you don't really want to fight. That you don't want to look like bitch you really are. Bitch, your shots fired at you, bro. You gotta fight Otar first. Is it? I could have skipped some. I could be wrong. I could have been wrong. Looking good for early December. Just waiting on venue. Okay. Tank 2 options. They heard is Pitbull and Gary Russell Jr. December, January in the DMV. Hey man, Dub. I think that should be the Gary Russell. I think it should be Gary Russell. Give us something new, man. Fight Gary Russell. We've been talking for too long. Fight Gary Russell. Public negotiations are terrible. Right. And that's why I hate when my boy got caught up in any of that. The public negotiations are weak with Kello. Like it's no needle is gonna get moved that way. You only gonna get all the wrong people talking and in your business And then nobody gonna be knowing what they talking about. You get what I'm saying? Because we ain't gonna have all the information. So the public negotiations is weak. I don't care who doing it, because that's just not the way to do it. You know what I mean? You say naps, you show the pictures, you say the crew smile. You know what I'm saying? You already know it, Kello. You know it. You know what I'm saying? You know that my trusty old Leo. You know, good old Leo. Bro, I had 3 bells per hour. You say you had 3 bells per hour. Stretch that 10 minutes of fame. Didn't he? 5 minutes of fame. Yeah, I like the Gary Russell Jr. fight battle for the DMV. Yeah, and I'm with you, bro. We just signed a contract for Haney the week of Spencer Crawford. I signed this shit. Here's that. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Bad. Hector Garcia versus Lamont Rose is interesting. Yeah, maybe I might have skipped the fighter in between there, or do they got fights and something? But I thought that was a fight. I thought that was one. I could be wrong. I know my boy Dub is on it. He know. And I also think that has a high IQ. Nothing wrong with that, bro. Dub got a good IQ. So I said Haney sent out a contract to Regis, but he himself hasn't signed. Oh, right. She can't miss a Gary, but oh well. Right, Aisha. It'd be a good fight, man. It'd be a good fight to watch, right? So we ain't gotta watch. So we ain't gotta sit through Pitbull again. You get what I'm saying? I think it would do good, man. I think it'll be big for the city, man. Definitely wouldn't be a bad look for them young boys, man. For them Kings to get in there and get it on. Gary gonna change toughest match yet. Interesting. I know Regis. Okay, salute family. Russell versus Pitbull is a good style matchup. That'd be fun to watch too. I ain't gonna lie. Just come back and fight. We want to see them in the ring. Talk to them. Oh shoot. But let me make sure I ain't miss nothing, man, because you know what's another dope build as always, man. But yeah, Andy Ruiz with that $10 million demand, that's not gonna work. You need to get in touch with Wilder or somebody like the right people. Like social media not gonna get it. I know you feel like the fans could get it. It's not gonna work, bro. Everything recent that I seen that was a public negotiation or throwing out numbers and demands, none of it worked. None of it. I mean, I don't need to see I don't need to see 5 more public negotiations fall out or just not, materialize into fights to know that that's not the way to do it, Andy. So I'm on your ass. I take that with a grain of salt. Stop using the man name if you really don't want to fight him, because I just don't think in the public is the way you can get it done. Stop doing it. It's pissing me off. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear it no more, bro. Go fight somebody else. Like, do something else. Berlanga should be back in December 2, headline again. They got an opponent for him? I know that who's they talking about for Berlanga? Mungia or something. Do they got any possible opponent for him? Got an opponent. Like, so I was damn good. Best footwork I seen him display. Yeah, his footwork was on point, bro. Don't want to see it, but I'm sure the two casual fan base want to see Tank versus Cruz. Yeah, Kello, I think you're right, my bro. I think you might be right. Seems to be a resounding no. Crawford will get destroyed. It's Joe Laro, salute fan. Appreciate you stopping through. Make sure you smash the like button for you, bro. And sub to the channel. If you have anything Crawford to get destroyed by Canelo, I take you to fight for Tank. I feel you, Aisha. I do feel you. I do. Because, I mean, again, certain guys really, truly aren't available. But I do like the fact that Dub threw that in there. I didn't know that. Okay, working on an opponent for Berlanga. Bet. I do like the fact that he threw in the Gary Russell Jr. thing. I didn't know that was a real thing. I knew about the Pitbull thing, but I didn't know about the Gary Russell Jr. thing. So that's cool. I think they should go. I think they should do that. You gotta think it's new, it's unexpected, meaning like we ain't see them two in the ring with each other, right? You know what I'm saying? Think about all the stuff throughout the years, all that stuff Gary Russell been saying, bro. Who wouldn't want to see Tank fight him? Y'all tripping. You get what I'm saying? You got to finally fight the guy that you keep on saying you want to fight. You know what I mean? He recently just said this again in one of his recent interviews, bro. He won't stop saying he want to fight Tank, bro. Like, he's never short on wanting to fight Tank. Like, you get what I'm saying? Bro will tell you in a heartbeat he want to fight Tank. So I'll say, look, Brody, bro, I say, look, Brody, bro, let's see it. Let's see it. Berlanga should go after him, Billy. Nah, if he don't want to go to the hospital, bro, like, yo, man, yo, that boy, man, Billy, a dog, bro. He might sleep Berlanga for real, for real. Think Berlanga get hit enough for Billy to hurt him. Me, I think. That's just me. I could be wrong, man. Berlanga, I see he's sticking with it. I see he's trying to get better. I just feel like he's a ways off. I don't know what kind of what he works on in the gym, but he seems like he's trying to get better. I'll give him that. I can't knock him. He's still finding a way to keep that O intact and win these fights. So I gotta give him some credit. You get what I'm saying? But when I seen him go the distance with Quigley, I mean, you dropped him a bunch of times, but it was like you supposed to get him out of there, in my opinion, because you're supposed to be this big puncher, and Demetrius Andrade is not a known puncher, and he got Quigley out of there in like 2 rounds. Right, yeah, I heard about that fight too. And Billy and Demond Nicholson. Man, it's gonna be tough for Demond, bro. Definitely would rather see someone else. I understand his business, though. You see what I'm saying, Kello? The more I watch it, the more I'm just trying to understand. I'm not justifying no business moves, no bad fights, but I'm just trying to understand from my vantage point as much as I can. From a business standpoint, I try to understand it. Berlanga versus McGill would be a step in the right direction for DAZN. I thought so too. I heard some whispers about it. I guess maybe they's ways away from making that type of fight for Berlanga. Maybe people were saying it's impressive with Cabrera was tank. Right. Billy just need to focus on keeping his WBC #1 status. True. Let's just make the best fights. Right, Bole. I feel that. Heard Berlanga versus Russian, but his visa situation wasn't in order. Okay. Like, better stick to the military fights and wait for a big money fight. I think that's what he's trying to do with Canelo, talking about Canelo. He talking about a Canelo fight. He think he going to be one of the fights on the 3-fight deal with Canelo, Berlanga. He's optimistic that he's going to be one of those fights. I wonder what gave him the strange idea. You know what I'm saying? That he going to be one of the guys that Canelo fight. So it's crazy, but we'll see, man. Seen that Becco next. Remember he had the Morrell fight before the mission ruled him out. Yeah, I do. And I know that name too. That might be a little test for him, Dub. that might be a good test. That's dude I think about. Hold on. Is he like African, Nigeria or something like Nigeria? I don't want to be wrong. Pardon me if I'm wrong, man. Ghana. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I am right. 27-2. He only with 21 knockouts. He only been stopped once. You know what I'm saying? And that was by Raymond Garcia. And I don't know who the hell that is. Right. So that is him. Yeah, Dub. That's a fight he could lose. That's a fight he could lose for sure, Dub. That's a fight he could lose. That's definitely a fight he could lose. Or Beck needs to happen. I tell you what, that Cena Agbeko would possibly beat Edgar Berlanga. Like I said, dude is 27-2 with 21 KOs. He got stopped once. That was way back in 2014. Since then he's lost one time to an 11-0 fighter, Vladimir Shishkin. I heard that name before. But right now he's riding a 4-fight win streak. Hey, what's the date? What's the date on that? Is he Berlanga got an October date? I remember Becco from Showbox. He's Ghana. Yeah, he's from Ghana, right? I knew it was the guy. He said Cena Becco. I'm like, I know that guy's. Then I say Ghana or something. I said something. Forgot what I said the nationality was, but I knew I was close. I thought it was the guy. It was the guy. Right, though. Salute to my bro A1 Hoop Zone in that super chat. Thurman versus Bird Cobbs is a little comeback fight. give us something right at this point. 8-1, he got to fight. Oh, but Dub did just say Thurman and possibly Thurman and Stanionis, and they said Boots and Crowley. So I'm with that. I'll take Thurman and Stanionis for real, for real. Appreciate the love, my bro.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Tuesday, one hoop zone. Nice little tune-up for Conor Ben. That's interesting too. I'll watch it. Definitely interesting. I'll watch it, man. Definitely. Heard December for Berlinga, but I'll take Berlinga back in October. Oh, the only reason I said that, Dub, because when I looked at Agbeko, he got a TBA date, you know, and I know box rec is not always 100%. I just want to start by saying I know that, but they got him scheduled for a date, you know, with an opponent TBA, October 14, 10-14-23. So that's why I was trying to, that's me just trying to connect the dot to see if they was talking about, you know, October for Berlinga. And then I was about to say, okay, well, what's Cena? Cause I see dude is, you got a date up there, but you know, I know that's subject to change. I know that can change and things like that. So we'll see. But that's cool. Conor Bench, if I remind me. right. Roger trying to see somebody get beat up. Roger, right? He trying to see it happen to him. Y'all make sure if y'all haven't though, y'all punch the like button, subscribe to the channel, have y'all notifications on. It's another great build in the books. I'm gonna wrap up this one, and let me just say this. Look, Bo Max, salute to you, man. I respect what he said in terms of he'll have Crawford ready for Canelo Alvarez. He just needs some time to study his fights and come up with a game plan. I think that makes sense. I respect that answer and that response from a Bo Mac. It'll always be an intriguing matchup because of the styles, the contrasting styles and what they do differently, right? And we know a lot of the things that are several of the things that Terence Crawford do is things that will definitely give Canelo Alvarez some issues. So it'll always be a damn good matchup. But the biggest thing will be him really jumping up them 3 weight classes like that and challenging not just anybody, Canelo Alvarez, who's now still the undisputed champion, currently at 168. So that's truly chasing greatness. It's truly chasing greatness. You get what I'm saying? Kind of been cleared to fight. I hear he got another tap in with Agbeko today and see what he got. Let you know. Hey, Dub, appreciate you for real, bro. Much love, Brody. If Conor been cleared, if I heard he was gonna have to fight like another some type of situation with the same people that was allegedly supposed to have cleared him. It was something weird. I gotta read it some more to get the full scoop on it, but I did read something to that extent. Like he's about to have to face another legal battle with the same people that was trying to clear him. It was strange. I was like, huh? I was like, at this point, they playing with Conor Ben. Y'all gonna let that man come back or not? You know what I'm saying? Thurman got to fight someone before the year's up. Might as well retire. Yeah, I think it gets too tough on peace. Aisha, salute, Queen. And Shower, much love and appreciation. Roja, you know the rest of the game. Much love and appreciation. All y'all say if Thurman wanted Butter Spence, then why wouldn't the Thurman versus Bruce fight feasible given a contract? Given the fact that Crawford saw a bread and sees green more than ever. Yeah, true. But you know what? I'll keep saying this. That's why I said I appreciate Dub and all the information because I'm gonna be thinking about this now. Just think about this, Thomas. If they're able to work out Boots and Cody Crawley and Keith Thurman and Stanionis and you know both Boots and Keith Thurman win their respective fights, I really do think Keith Thurman can beat a Stanionis right now. I truly do. You know what I mean? The sooner the better because you just want to see but in terms of talent and skill, he definitely got what it takes to beat a guy like Stanionis. You get what I'm saying? He has the IQ, the smarts, the movement, man, the punch selection. You know what I mean? The experience and different things. Like, you get what I'm saying? Keith Thurman's a smart fighter. So I like to see it. But if he can beat a Stanionis and Crowley is not beating Boots, in my opinion, and if those winners have to face each other, there we go. Boots and Thurman. You get what I'm saying? I know it's wishful thinking, and it's always more than one ways to skim a cat. There's more than one ways to get a fight made, right? Sometimes you might have to go through somebody to get something, right? And I think that would be the situation. But in return, it would give us 2 good fights because Cody Crawley and Boots would be a fun fight to watch. Cody Crawley is a tough guy. You know, he likes to fight. He's scrappy in there. You get what I'm saying? And you know, Stanionis likes to fight. He's scrappy in there, tough guy. So those would be two good fights on the way to an even better fight when the winners line it up. If that can, in a perfect scenario like the upset, if that all can happen, I'm for it. You get what I'm saying? I'm for it. I'm for it. But again, man, that's all I got on this one. Much love and appreciation to everybody that continues to support the grind, that stays to the end of the shows. Y'all the real MVPs. Y'all know how we do. We cook over here 2-3 hours, man. We try to get up out of here. So I do appreciate the continued support from the family. We just going to keep building. Y'all know how we do. Be great at Boots and Thurman matchup. And you get what I'm saying? Like, I really feel like he can win against Stanionis. I feel like it could be a tough, you know what I mean, competitive fight for him. But I feel like it's one he could win. And I definitely feel like Boots can beat Cody Crowley in a good fight as well. You know what I'm saying? But, and then they meet up. Perfect scenario. But yeah, man, Andy Ruiz, either get in touch with the right people, have a real conversation with Wilder, stop doing it through social media and somebody to take you serious. Other than that, I'm going to have to call BS. And I hate the clout chasing term, but stop using his name if you have no intent on fighting him. I think that whole angle is overplayed. I think it's pretty corny, bro. It's pretty corny. So either get in touch with the right people, find the right numbers, or find something else to do, bro. Because I don't want to hear you talking about Wilder if you really ain't going to do something that will actually get the ball rolling. You get what I'm saying? So the heck with that. On to the next. And again, big salute to Big Baby Anderson for his win. I think he made some subtle improvements in that fight. Got the job done. He did some great body work, man. He really showed some patience and poise in that fight. He didn't get hit with a ton of stupid shots. I think he's very aware of the defensive deficiencies that he has, and I think he's, you know, doing his best to fix them, right? So that's all you can ask a fighter to do, to continue to improve from fight to fight. But anytime that boxing is ready to line up a Frank Sanchez and a Big Baby Anderson fight, get it to me. Get what I'm saying? He did say he would like to fight him next. He said people constantly in his comment section mention him, and he'd love to give him a scrap. You know what I mean? He'd love to fight him. So we'll see. We'll see. But with that, that's all I got for the day, man. Much love and appreciation to everybody in the building. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all good Tuesday, man. Y'all know everybody stay safe. Go eat y'all some good food. Go get y'all some good rest. You know what I'm saying? Rest up. And y'all make sure y'all tune in tomorrow, 4 o'clock again. We're going to take over these airwaves like we always do. Y'all know how we do it, man. So, I mean, with that, we're going to get up out of here, y'all. Peace to the fam.